Welcome to Webb City Cardinals football on KNEO 91.7 FM with live audio and video online at kneo.org. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You're now locked into the official pregame show of the Webb City Cardinals. This is your home for every sack, touchdown, and interception. Now let's go live to the game site for all the action.
Evening from Bob Anderson Stadium here in Neosho, Missouri. It's the Cardinals and the Wildcats as your Webb City Cardinals take a little 25-mile trip to the south tonight to play the undefeated 4-0 Neosho Wildcats. Good evening, Scott Boudreau along with Justin Boudreau, Tim Workman, Drew Woodmansey, Roberta Foster back at Master Controls for us tonight, and a beautiful night for football here at Bob Anderson Stadium. We expect a big crowd here tonight, and certainly the Cardinals building off of their win last week at Ozark, 52-35. They were ahead probably 52-21 late in the ball game and had some subs in. Ozark came in with some late scores, but the Neosho Wildcats, impressive start to their season as well, winning in overtime over Glendale in the first game of the season, 44-38. Then they put it on Kickapoo, 35-13, beat a good Lebanon team, 47-17, who had beaten Joplin. Last week, a dominating victory up at Waynesville, 72-21. So, Justin, the Cardinals have their hands full tonight. This is a high-scoring kind of offense that Coach Towdy, in his fifth year, wants to continue to see happen, and Cardinals will have their challenges defensively tonight.
Well, you mentioned a high-scoring offense coming into this ball game, averaging 49.5 points per game, giving up 22.5 points per game. So as you mentioned, an offense that's been prolific this year, none more highlighted than last week's 72-point performance against the Waynesville Tigers. And up to this point, I think you look at Neosho, and they've done what you would expect them to do in terms of where they're at in this program's development and where they've grown under Coach Towdy. Tonight, the first real test for them to be able to see kind of how they match up against kind of the upper echelon of that COC. But up to this point, Coach Towdy and company been able to handle teams and put them away by putting a lot of points on the board. You look at that 22.5 points per game allowed, though. You feel like there's a chance for you to come out tonight and be able to put some points on the board yourself as well if you can slow down this offense.
It's the Cardinals and the Wildcats here from Bob Anderson Stadium tonight, and as we said, a beautiful night for football. The rain earlier in the week making the grass start to grow again. Everybody will be mowing tomorrow morning, but for tonight, it's a battle between your Cardinals and the Wildcats. We'll go ahead and take our first time out. Our countdown to kickoff brought to you by Burpo Family Chiropractic, Express RX in Webb City, and Who Hot Mongolian Grill. Back here in 3 minutes, you're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Burpo Family Chiropractic is not just a place for adults, but for kids as well. From birth to geriatrics, Dr. Haley Burpo has the skills and knowledge to help patients of any age. Dr. Burpo is committed to taking time with her patients to go above and beyond to find the source of pain. To schedule an appointment, call 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic, once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
Cure those school night blues at the same time. That's right! Bring the whole family to Who Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to close, and kids 10 and under eat free with a purchase of an adult grill meal. Enjoy all you can eat on a selection of fresh vegetables plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Who Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Who Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin.
Webb City Cardinal fans, did you know there's a local, knowledgeable, friendly pharmacy conveniently located at 101 West Doherty in Webb City? We are Express RX of Webb City. And the best part is we can save you up to 90% on your prescriptions from the big box stores. We make it so easy to switch. Plus, we offer free convenient services such as free delivery, drive-through, and free pill packaging. So come by and make the switch today. And go Cardinals!
For over 100 years, Webb City has trusted Simpson Funeral Home for all of their death care needs. Simpson Funeral Home dignifies lives well lived through customizable cremation and burial plans, as well as pre-need funeral plans and monument design. Simpson Funeral Home, now offering pet cremation services, has 2 locations to serve you: 400 West Doherty Street in Webb City and 101 North Main Street in Carl Junction. Call or text 417-673-2411 or visit online at simpsonfh.com.
Reeves Tire and Automotive knows cars are how you navigate through your busy lives.
Professionals will ensure your car is reliable to get you and your family to your destination. We provide competitive pricing and quality work on tires, wheels, oil changes, brakes, suspensions, alignments, and vehicle maintenance, all necessary to ensure your vehicle is ready to go. Family owned and operated for over 39 years, you will receive friendly, honest service, so get rolling with Reeves Tire in Joplin,
And
Webb
we
City,
welcome you
and
back
Carthage.
to Bob Anderson Stadium here in Neosho High School, Neosho, Missouri. Scott Boudreau along with Justin Boudreau, Tim Workman, Drew Woodmansey, and Roberta Foster back at our studios as the Cardinals travel to Neosho to play the undefeated 4-0 Neosho Wildcats. And Justin, let's talk about the Cardinals offense. I think we saw some production last week that is more in line with what Coach McFarland wants to see as they continue to progress in their development with Braden Strickland and the group of backs that they've been able to utilize so far. But putting up the 55 points, I thought impressive, especially the different ways that they did it last week.
Yeah, and I think you added a level of versatility. Obviously, you know the history of this Webb City program is to ground and pound, and that split back veer offense is going to look to run first. But I think you've seen in the last couple of weeks here with Braden Strickland at quarterback the element and the capability to throw the ball when they have to, and that's always the moniker if you're a football coach, is we want to control when we do things and how we do things, and you've started to see that now as the Cardinals start to find their footing a little bit in this offense. You know what you're going to get from your guys like Mason Williams, from Gabe Johnson out of the running game. Mason Williams leading the team right now, 59 attempts on the ground, 685 yards and 7 touchdowns. Gabe Johnson right there behind him at 36 carries, 340 yards and 8 touchdowns. So those two guys you know are going to produce for you. You're looking at now Braden Strickland and how he runs this offense and his ability to add just another layer to that and find the guys in the passing game. You know, you've got athletes like Gus Carnes, Trey Turner out there that can make the plays when they need to in the passing game. And now as the offense starts to expand a little bit, you start to get those guys involved, and obviously what that does for you, it just makes you that much harder to defend down the road.
Talk about the rest of these backs as well, Abel Getz and Talon Hayslip, guys that have different styles. Getz a sure-handed kind of a young man. He can get you the yards, reads the hole well. Hayslip, a guy that they know one of these times he's going to break one loose, and wouldn't be surprised to see him get involved in some of the pitch game here tonight.
Well, it's guys that you look at in just in terms of pure athleticism, and maybe guys that haven't quite got their shot yet. And now as the season starts to roll, you hit right now the halfway point in the season. And so you're looking for who's going to be that third, fourth guy down the depth chart that when you need him to step up, can step up and add just another layer to this offense. And then you look at either of those guys, Getz or Mr. Hayslip, and both of them capable. We've seen them in the return game and the speed that they have there and their ability to make plays. So now you're starting to involve them a little bit more in the offense, and just gives you, again, another layer that teams have to prepare for as they see that speed on the outside.
We talk about the Cardinals' defense, Justin. Certainly held the Ozark Tigers down early in that ball game, a team that had some high-quality receivers, had a running game to go with it. What did you see that you liked in the last couple of weeks defensively from the Cardinals?
I think the key word and maybe the buzzword that you want to see from your defense is discipline. And so I think you've seen that from the Cardinals down the stretch here in these last couple of games, is guys that are learning new positions or are put into roles that they don't have a ton of experience in. Now they're getting that experience. They're 4 games in now. They understand what's expected of them. They understand in live action what that looks like on a Friday night as opposed to just scouting for it throughout the week. And so you're seeing guys step up and get some familiarity in those roles, and now there's a much more comfortable feel, I think, when you look at that Cardinal defense than maybe what you saw in week 1 and 2.
It's the Cardinals and the Neosho Wildcats to do battle here tonight from Bob Anderson Stadium here at Neosho High School, and a beautiful new indoor facility was built a couple years back, and a good crowd forming here on both sides, and just a short trip for Cardinal fans to come 25 miles south here, so expect good representation on both sides from the fans that'll be here tonight. The Neosho fans be in the sunlight early until the skies darken after the sun goes down. Cardinal fans well shaded right now, but should be a good battle here tonight between your Webb City Cardinals and the Neosho Wildcats. Our countdown to kickoff brought to you by Burpo Family Chiropractic, Express RX in Webb City, and Who Hot Mongolian Grill. We'll take another 3-minute timeout. Back with more after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Papa John's Pizza in Webb City can satisfy your hunger cravings before or after the game. Stop by and pick up one of their specialty pizzas, like the Works, the Meats, or the Barbecue Chicken Bacon. Don't forget to grab a side order of breadsticks or Papa's Wings to top off your order. Papa John's Pizza in Webb City, 417-673-7272, or order online at papajohns.com or through the Papa John's app. Go Cardinals!
Hedge Lewis Goodwin Funeral Home in Webb City is proud to support the Cardinals and has been serving the citizens of Webb City and the surrounding communities since 1888. Located at 301 West Broadway in Webb City, funeral directors BJ and Diana Goodwin specialize in funeral planning and services along with prearranged funeral plans. For more information about Hedge Lewis Goodwin Funeral Home, their phone number is 417-673-4666 or online at hedgelewis.com.
BEI, Bills Electric Incorporated, has been serving the four-state area for over 60 years. With locations in Webb City, Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, Lowell, Arkansas, and Claremore, Oklahoma, they specialize in commercial, industrial, and residential electric projects. Bills Electric is committed to providing the absolute best electrical repair and installation services to homeowners and businesses in the four-state area. Learn more information online at BEIJoplin.com. Bills Electric Incorporated is proud to support the Webb City Cardinals.
Amory Roofing and Construction, based in Seneca, Missouri, specialize in roofing, siding, guttering, remodels, decks, and new construction. They also handle concrete, fire, and flood mitigation, and even work directly with your insurance claims. 417-389-6986. Whether it's a small repair or a major project, you can count on Amory Roofing and Construction for quality, integrity, and craftsmanship. See more online at amoryroofing.com or find them on Facebook.
Getting to heaven isn't just about putting enough good on one side of the scale to balance the bad on the other. It's about fulfilling a death penalty, the one we deserve for our rebellion against God. None of the great moralities or great religions can pay the death penalty for our sin. Only Jesus Christ's death on the cross can do that. You have to look to Him as the only one who can save you. To learn more, call 888-NEED-HIM. That's 888-NEED-HIM.
And we welcome you back to Neosho, Missouri here at Bob Anderson Stadium as the Neosho Wildcats set to host your Webb City Cardinals. Wildcats come in 4-0 on the season. Your Cardinals 3-1. And it's time now to look back in Cardinal history, and who better to do that? Our good friend Tim Workman. What do you got for us, Tim?
Well, we looked back through the history here, and the Cardinals on this 26th day of September are 6-6. And so I highlighted a couple of games back in 2008, tied at 7 at halftime. The Cardinals came out in the second half and pulled away to a 28-7 win over Nixa. Braxton Baker scored in the third quarter, and then on the first play of the fourth quarter, Matt Kyle connected with Austin Lepro on a 19-yard scoring strike. Baker scored the final TD later. The first half TD came from Seth Helton. The defense got much better in the second half as they limited the Eagles to only 34 total yards of offense and only 2 first downs in the entire second half. Then I went back, and this is a little before, most of our things we talk about since 1920, but actually I found a game we played with Neosho in 1919. And this is our season opener, and we won that 37-6. We were leading 9-0 at halftime, and we scored twice in both the third and fourth quarters. Quarterback Sam Hoffman scored twice. He also scored on a drop kick and kicked 4 extra points on the day. So that was back in 1919. Looking at the series here with Neosho right now since 1920, it's 62, 38, and 5. This will be our 106th meeting since that time. Cardinals have had the better of it here of late as they've won the last 27 and 40 of the last 42. So all time 62 and 38. If you take those 27 in a game streak away, that puts us pretty much 500 with Neosho up until the year 2000. When I think it was 35 and 38 was the series. And Neosho is one of our oldest rivals, and we'll talk more about that later. But we've been playing them since before 1920 for sure. And in conference play, they have been with us since 1920 when Missouri started putting conferences together. Only the 2 years that we stepped away to the Ozark Conference have they not been a common conference opponent. And so that's kind of look at this day in history and our meetings with Neosho. We'll kind of move over a little bit now to talk a little bit about just the COC in general. Neosho obviously at the top on the west side with a 4-0 record. Carthage at 3-1, Republic 3-1, we are 3-1. Joplin 2-2, Willard comes in at 1-3. This week marks the first time you faced your own division, as all the teams have been playing interdivision up until then. Nixa is actually 5-0. They played last night and beat Lebanon, so Lebanon falls to 2-3. Glendale and Ozark 1-3. Kickapoo and Waynesville are winless so far on the season. The district is where it's really competitive. 4 of the 6 teams are ranked or currently receiving votes in Class 5 right now. So, you could be one of the top-ranked teams in the state, and you won't even make the finals of your district. That's how tightly and how competitive this district is going to be. So, right now, with that win last week, Webb City actually vaulted to the top of the district standings as they got over Neosho just by a quarter point. So we had 46.5 points. They got 46.25. So right there, 1-2. Republic is at 3, Carthage 4, Branson 5, then Willard and Parkview. Little struggles on the season. They round out the bottom. So, the next couple of games, not only big for conference and just your season overall, but they have huge implications to how your Class 5 football playoff schedule may look when we get time to go to that.
Well, and you look at the district right now, you're talking about the records between Webb City at 1 and Carthage at 4. It's a separation of not even 3 points. Webb City at 46.5. Carthage comes in fourth place at 43.58. So, but those top 4 teams all within 3 points of each other. And as you mentioned, Tim, Neosho obviously on the schedule for Webb coming up, Republic, Carthage. So all of those games are not only going to have conference implications, Scott, but also districts. as you go on. And I think you look at that and you go, no better way to prepare yourself for a deeper playoff run than to have those 4 teams battling it out in their own district.
When you look at it as well, guys, we remember the years that you could kind of look at the schedule and say, yeah, we know we're going to play Carl Junction twice because we play them regular season. If things go right, we're both going to probably be in a district matchup at some point. The same has been true of the Carthage Tigers the last few years as both teams moved up to Class 5, and now you add Neosho to that mix and Republic to that mix, and these head-to-head games, regular season, Tim, could be the difference in the seeding. Even though you know one way or the other, you still might play one of these teams a second time.
Sure, and and this is just we're going to be kind of blunt here. You want to be the number 1, so that 2 and 3 have to play each other.
Yep.
And then you get 4. You don't. It's just. But honestly, the difference between 1 and 4 may not be very much of a difference at all this year. So your semifinals, whether you're 1, 2, 3, or 4, any one of those 4 teams can probably come out of that game a winner. I did have one final note on last week. I kind of follow this little guy that puts things out on the NFL. They call it scoregamis. And they go back through and they look at all of the games and see if the final score has ever been done before. Well, out of the 1,100 games that Webb City has played, the final score from last week, 52-35, had never been a final score in any football game we've played in.
It's the Cardinals and the Wildcats here from Neosho's Bob Anderson Stadium. We'll take another 3-minute timeout, come back with our roundtable after this. Our countdown to kickoff brought to you by Burpo Family Chiropractic, Express RX in Webb City, and Who Hot Mongolian Grill. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network. Back in 3 minutes.
So Maggie, just to be clear, this personalized RVest blueprint tells us literally when we can retire with a plan to get there?
Yep. Whoa, that's helpful.
Very helpful.
Retirement planning made easy. RVest Wealth Management. Ready to help.
Considering a metal roof? Call the area experts, 4W Metal Building Supply. Metal roofs have long life and very low maintenance. At 4W Metal, you'll find help from the planning through completion. Call or come by today.
At 4W.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
The Webb City Booster Club is proud to support Webb City student athletes. The Booster Club works with parents, community volunteers, and businesses to enrich the experience of Webb City High School athletics. They would like to encourage anyone interested in making an impact on our student athletes to consider joining the Booster Club. If you are an individual, family, or business and would like more information on joining the Boosters, you can stop by the Booster trailer that is at all Cardinal home games, or you can find them on Facebook at Webb City Athletic Booster Club. Webb City Booster Club wishes all their athletes an amazing year.
Price Family Insurance and Financial Services has been caring for clients since 1990 and is still here to take care of all your insurance needs, from auto, home, business, life, and health insurance to group health insurance for businesses, plus financial services. To find out more information, call the dedicated team at Price Family Insurance and Financial Services today at 417-673-8338 or stop by and see them at 100 South Main Street in Webb City. You can also learn more online at pricefamilyinsurance.com.
And we welcome you back here to Bob Anderson Stadium, Neosho, Missouri. Your Webb City Cardinals about 35 minutes away from taking on the Neosho Wildcats. And guys, for the round table tonight, going to kind of piggyback off of what Tim was talking about with the rivalry between these two ball clubs, and kind of expanding on that, as Tim mentioned, 106th meeting between these two ball clubs. We look at some of the other teams on the schedule that have been kind of reintroduced to the schedule since the expansion of the COC. Got Joplin, Carthage, Neosho obviously on there. Those teams have been playing each other for a long time. And, Scott, I think as you look at that, what that brings just to the community aspect of it and the rivalry aspect of it, now you literally are playing a team that's 15, 20 minutes away from you, as opposed to going to, Springfield or Kansas City, every Friday night. It just adds another element of the rivalry when you're playing teams that are truly in proximity to you.
Well, we know about the local pride each of these teams take, but as I mentioned earlier in our countdown to kickoff, the fact that Webb City fans can just jump in the car, travel a quick 25 minutes down the road here, or maybe 10 minutes over to Carthage, and it just makes the rivalry that much better. You can go over to Joplin, or Joplin can come to Webb. All these teams in the immediate area have had battles for years, and I was in Neosho earlier this week and talking to some of the folks that have been around Neosho football for a long time, and of course they remember those years, Tim, that you were mentioning earlier, when Neosho was kind of the dominant team for a long time. But a lot of respect for Webb City and its traditions, and I think what we've seen in the elevation, Tim, of Carthage football and even Joplin football to some degree, but Webb City in some ways has given other teams and rivals something to shoot for with the 16 championships that they've garnered.
Well, that's always the carrot out in front of you. You want everybody, when they start the season, has aspirations. Some more realistic than others, obviously, but everybody has that aspiration that I want to win my last game. Prior to the playoffs, coming in the late 80s, you had that chance to win your last game, but that was it. That was your last game. Now we have the ability to go on. Talking about the rivalries, Neosho and Carthage have been with us since conferences were started in 1920s. Nevada was a long time rival, as they were a part of that, but you go back, Monette, Aurora, Mount Vernon used to be part of what they called the Big 8, the Big 9, the Big 10. So a lot of these communities around us, that's just what you pulled from, and every Friday night you were going to something, people you knew and probably friends in different places, and your kids were going to play football that night. And so it's been interesting to see some of the new rivalries that get created as at Nixa, which in the 1980s was a Class 1 school. Yeah. Now all of a sudden, they've kind of become that team that now Webb City's kind of looking at and saying, hey, we got to keep up with the Joneses now, and Nixa might be that team we're chasing. But we've still got plenty of people chasing us, and as long as we keep the kids in the program and keep the program moving in the right direction, we will be one of those teams that people look at, hopefully, as the ideal that they'll want to be like.
Nothing proves that more than the 350 kids we saw walking across the track at Webb City a couple of weeks ago to welcome this 2025 football team for the Cardinals. That'll do it for our round table. We'll take a 1-minute timeout, come back with head coach Ryan McFarland. You're listening to our countdown to kickoff, brought to you by Burpo Family Chiropractic, Express RX in Webb City, and Huhat Mongolian Grill. Back here in 1 minute.
In the midst of a changing world stands the unchanging and unchangeable Christ. He is the same, the Bible says, yesterday, today, and forever.
Billy Graham.
In this day of relativism, cynicism, and agnosticism, what a faith we have to believe and to proclaim. We believe and we proclaim that Jesus died for our sins according to the Scriptures, and that He rose again according to the Scriptures.
And anyone who believes that is told in Scripture to go and make disciples of all nations. How are you in doing that? In sharing with your friends and family the hope, peace, and forgiveness that Jesus offers.
Christ died as the representative of guilty men. It is in his death that we find the healing of the nations. This is the only way that any man can ever be saved.
Learn more about sharing your faith in Christ at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
It's time for the Ryan McFarland Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Arvest Wealth Management, Madison Pet Clinic, and Papa John's Pizza in Webb City. Now, here's Scott Boudreau with head coach Ryan McFarland.
And good evening, Cardinal fans. Welcome to tonight's Coaches Show. Scott Boudreau along with the head coach Ryan McFarland as the Cardinals travel to Neosho to play the Wildcats. Coach, a solid victory last week over Ozark, and the late scores really don't tell the domination I thought you guys had throughout the game on both sides of the ball, but a really well-executed game plan overall.
Yeah, I was extremely proud of our kids. Offensively, Ozark's pretty good, and our defense knew they'd have a good challenge. They've got a couple of receivers that have a lot of speed and catch the ball really well, and their quarterback's a 3-year starter, so we knew they'd score some points, especially early, and really proud offensively. We scored on our second play of the game, and then on our second possession, we scored on our first play of the drive, so really been putting an emphasis, like we've talked about, of just trying to be extremely explosive offensively, and I thought we were able to do that. And probably in the first half, the thing I was most proud of was we have to get in our 2-minute offense. Mason Young comes in, he's kind of been that guy for us, and he throws an interception. But then he comes back and gets an interception, so he gets a second chance at it, and really completed 4 nice passes there that got us into field goal range. And then, this year our school board approved dual sport athletes, so we've got a soccer player who's come that's started kicking for us a little bit, and he was able to kick that field goal before halftime. And you take a 21-14 game and make it 24-14. We felt really good at halftime that some things just hadn't really gone our way defensively, but that we could get it fixed. And then I thought the key to the game was we came out in the third quarter and we really challenged our defense just to play with a little more sense of urgency, and I didn't feel like the intensity was there. And so they came out in the third quarter and we got that 3-and-out stop, and then we scored real quick, and then all of a sudden you've got a 17-point lead, and then I thought our guys played really well finishing the game off.
As you turn the page this week, and another road game, but a short trip down to Neosho, but a team that's playing really high-caliber football right now, never mind the opponents they've played, you kind of have to just look at that team. What do you think Coach Stoudy's doing right so far this year in leading the Wildcats?
Yeah, you watch them and you start with their offense and defensive line, and they're still playing guys on both sides of the football, and so I think they have 3 offensive linemen that start on defense, or that play a lot on defense, but that's where they're really, really good. And they might be the best defensive line we've seen all year. Offensive line-wise, probably can't say they're as good as Nixa, but they're pretty close at what they do. And so they just do a really good job. If you watch all 4 games they've played this year, they've definitely won the battle of the line of scrimmage. They've got a running back who's averaging 200 yards a game. So they run a lot of inside zone to get him the ball. And then they have an athletic quarterback who's a junior that when they run their zone read stuff, he's able to pull the ball, and he's tough to tackle in space. So Coach Stoudy, offensively does a great job. Probably what they've gotten really good at the last couple of years is just developing players to fit their schemes, and so they've got a really nice group of linemen, O-line, D-linemen. They got a bunch of skilled guys. They've developed them well. They've gotten stronger, bigger, faster, and now they're 4-0, and they're reaping the benefits of all that they've done.
A backer of Cardinal Athletics is Arvest Wealth Management, offering services in financial and retirement planning, as well as managing stocks and bonds, plus estate planning. For more information, the phone number for Arvest Wealth Management advisors Adrian Jackson, Scott Boudreau, Garrett Taylor, Ashley Durbin, and Christy Gullett is 417-627-8166 or online at arvest.com. Member FINRA SIPC, proud to support local high school athletics.
Proud to support the Cardinals and serve the Webb City and surrounding areas is Madison Pet Clinic. Located at 1631 South Madison in Webb City, they specialize in pet surgery, wellness exams, and vaccinations. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 5:30 and Saturday 8 to noon. Madison Pet Clinic is a proud supporter of the Webb City Cardinals. 673-2455 or online at madisonpetclinic.com. Go Cardinals!
KNEO would like to thank Papa John's Pizza in Webb City for sponsoring this portion of the game. They are proud supporters of the Webb City Cardinals and offer delivery and carry-out services on a variety of pizzas, as well as breadsticks and wings. Located in the City Point Shopping Center in Webb City and open 7 days a week. Papa John's Pizza in Webb City, 417-673-7272, or for a complete menu or online ordering, their website is papajohns.com.
I know each year you come in with a group of seniors and try to develop those guys into leaders, but what do you see in terms of this ball club of Webb City and how that is developing and could be maybe the real important part of carrying you guys forward as you get out towards the end of the year?
Yeah, I think this senior class, if you look at them coming through youth football and junior high football, and I wasn't here during that time, but they weren't a great team probably as far as record and stuff goes. But what they are is we've got 26 seniors that they work extremely hard. They're bought into the Cardinal way, and they bought into the program, and they lead by example really, really well. And I think that's where the success is coming from. And you look at leadership, we have, in order to be a captain, you have to go to leadership classes in the summer that we offer, and then you give a speech in front of the team about why you should be a captain. And we've got 6 really good captains, but Mason Williams is one, and he's probably our most vocal leader that we have. Carson Myers is kind of that defensive leader for us. Gavin Stodgehill, he's one that we have an effort award every week. He's probably going to win it most weeks. Gabe Johnson's another one where Gabe grew so much last year missing the season that it gave him a chance to, he couldn't be an athlete for a year, so it gave him a chance just to work on those communication skills and leadership from there. And Gus Carnes is another one that just a phenomenal young man that just does everything right and leads by example. And man, I'm just super proud of the leaders we have. And then Braden Strickland would be the last one, and he's a kid that started at corner, and he's come over and he's done a phenomenal job at quarterback the last couple of weeks.
When you look at your approach to attacking Neosho tonight, what are some of the keys for you guys on the offensive side of the ball?
We want to use our speed tonight, which is something maybe we haven't been able to do the last couple years, and I feel like we're in a really good spot there. We're going to try to get the ball outside. Their 2 best defensive players are their 2 defensive tackles, and then their third one's their middle linebacker. And so instead of running right at them early, we're going to try to get the ball outside a little bit and then try to wear those guys out. Offensively, I don't know if we'll go to our no-huddle stuff, but we're going to try to get plays in as fast as we can and run as many plays as we can because they have so many kids that have to play on both sides of the ball. And that's kind of the key offensively against their defense. They've got a lot of just good athletes defensively, but I really think the key to the game is can we handle their 2 defense tackles and the middle linebacker, and I think we have a plan to try to take advantage of that, but we'll find out tonight.
Finally, Coach, what are those keys to victory for the Cardinals tonight?
I think the biggest thing is Neosho's 4-0. They've got 4 big wins. Trying to put them in a spot where they have to face adversity early, because I don't know if they've faced a lot of adversity this year just because they have played so well. And so defensively, we need to get a stop or 2 early. Offensively, we need to put together a couple scoring drives early and just kind of see how they react in that situation. And that's something we've preached to our kids that is extremely important. I know there's going to be a great crowd tonight. I know their community's real excited about the game. I mean, I know we always have a great following. So the environment should be great tonight. It's just going to be, can we withstand that? Everyone's going to come out with a lot of energy. Can we withstand that and then put some adversity on Neosho? Defensively, I thought the last 2 weeks we haven't played with the same intensity we played with at Nixo week 2, so that's kind of been a theme for us, is just getting back to that high intensity and getting 11 guys flying around and getting to the football. Offensively, we've done a good job eliminating penalties the last 2 weeks, but that's still a key for us, taking care of the football. We had a couple turnovers last week. And then last, we haven't talked about it, but special teams, and we last week, probably proud that we went 7 for 7 on PATs and was 1 for 1 on field goal kicks, and that's something we got to continue to get better at. But we've really started as mid-season putting a bigger emphasis on our special teams play. We got players, we've been moving some players around and getting players that we think have earned opportunities, chance to be on special teams. And for us to try to win a conference championship and a district championship, special teams, we've got to be better than everybody else. And so that's something we put a big emphasis on this week, and we'll see tonight if we can do it.
Coach, good luck in tonight's ball game. We'll talk to you at halftime and after the game.
You've been listening to the Ryan McFarland Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Arvest Wealth Management, Madison Pet Clinic, and Papa John's Pizza in Webb City.
Dr. Haley Burpo of Burpo Family Chiropractic is a proud supporter of the Webb City Cardinals and wants to wish them much success throughout the season. Located at 26 South Main in Webb City, she offers chiropractic treatment services for the entire family. For appointment information, 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic. Once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
Making a difference in the lives of Webb City student athletes is the Webb City Booster Club. The Webb City Booster Club is always looking for new members to come along and help support the students and staff at Webb City High School. Whether you're a business, family, or individual member, you'll be making an impact in the future success of Webb City athletic programs. Check out the Booster Club's Facebook page to find out the latest news and events for Cardinal Nation. The Webb City
here is the Neosho Wildcats 4-0 on the season, set to host your Webb City Cardinals here. We're just about 19 minutes from our kickoff, but Justin, it's time to look at the special teams units of the Cardinals and talk about what kind of emphasis they need to place on that as they go on through tonight in particular, but even as the season progresses. Impressive stat last week, Diego Aldrete, who filled in as the extra point guy and kickoff guy, 7 for 7 last week, but the Cardinals feel like they have more they can get to in the special teams world.
Well, I think, as is the case every week, the less you talk about the special teams units, the better they're performing, at least on your end of the football. And so the Cardinals, for the most part, did that last week. They were able to get those teams on and off the field without the major miscues. You want to continue to sharpen things up in terms of where you're placing the ball on kickoffs, where you're giving it back to your offense in terms of field position, forcing other teams to punt. Mentioned Diego, 7 for 7 from PATs, also nailed a 39-yarder in that game as well. And when you see things like that at the high school level, just adds another level of energy as you head into the rest of that ball game. I think you can kind of see the Cardinals start to breathe a little bit easier as they were able to put that field goal behind them and get themselves amped up for the rest of that game. But you talk about being able to make plays on special teams and that kind of flipping the momentum of a football game. Yet to see really that explosive kickoff return or punt return from this Webb City team. We'll see if anything like that is in the works tonight.
And we heard it in the coaches show from head coach Ryan McFarland. That's something they worked on extensively. Of course, they've been working on it, but they continued to try to fine-tune that this week. We know the special teams coach Decker loves to put some wrinkles in here and there, but they really just want to get to great execution whenever they're trying to execute their kicking game or if they're in the receiving game, really try to open up some blocks. They know they have some excellent returners. Hayslip has got speed to burn, and I think all the coaches waiting for that moment when he really cuts loose and lets that happen. So I know the Cardinals and the Wildcats both have that in mind, but the Cardinals are looking to gain that advantage in the special teams game here tonight. We'll take another 2-minute break, come back with a look around the COC. You're listening to Countdown to Kickoff, brought to you by Burpo Family Chiropractic, Express RX in Webb City, and Who Hot Mongolian Grill. Back with more Cardinal football after this on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network. Back in 2 minutes.
Every Sunday from 4 p.m. to close, it's Student Night at Who Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin. Students of any age can bring in your valid student ID and receive 25% off your grill meal. At Who Hot Mongolian Grill, you can always enjoy a vast selection of fresh vegetables, plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Who Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Who Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin. More information online at whohot.com.
Hedge Lewis Goodwin Funeral Home in Webb City is proud to support the Cardinals and has been serving the citizens of Webb City and the surrounding communities since 1888. Located at 301 West Broadway in Webb City, funeral directors BJ and Diana Goodwin specialize in funeral planning and services along with prearranged funeral plans. For more information about Hedge Lewis Goodwin Funeral Home, their phone number is 417-673-4666 or online at hedgelewis.com.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City, open daily from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Proud to support the Webb City Cardinals.
Papa John's Pizza in Webb City can satisfy your hunger cravings before or after the game. Stop by and pick up one of their specialty pizzas, like the Works, the Meats, or the Barbecue Chicken Bacon. Don't forget to grab a side order of breadsticks or Papa's Wings to top off your order. Papa John's Pizza in Webb City, 417-673-7272, or order online at papajohns.com or through the Papa John's app. Go Cardinals!
Back to Bob Anderson Stadium as we get set for kickoff here in just under 15 minutes. The Neosho Wildcats marching band set to take the field. The colors being presented, and as we get set to honor America with the national anthem, we'll take another 2-minute timeout. Back with more Cardinal football after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
4W Metal Building Supply. You've probably seen us. We're the company that provides red iron and post frame buildings, siding, garage doors, and more. Bring your plans or pictures. We'll help from start to finish. Call or come by.
At 4W. So Maggie, just to be clear, this personalized RVest blueprint tells us literally when we can retire with a plan to get there?
Yep. Whoa, that's helpful.
Very helpful.
Retirement planning made easy. Arvest Wealth Management. Ready to help.
For over 100 years, Webb City has trusted Simpson Funeral Home for all of their death care needs. Simpson Funeral Home dignifies lives well lived through customizable cremation and burial plans, as well as pre-need funeral plans and monument design. Simpson Funeral Home, now offering pet cremation services, has 2 locations to serve you: 400 West Dougherty Street in Webb City and 101 North Main Street in Carl Junction. Call or text 417-673-2411 or visit online at simpsonfh.com.
And we welcome you back to Bob Anderson Stadium here at Neosho High School in Neosho, Missouri, as the 4-0 Wildcats host your Webb City Cardinals. Scott Boudreau along with Justin Boudreau, Tim Workman, Drew Woodmansey on the camera for us tonight, and Roberta Foster at Master Controls at our studios. And Justin, time to take a quick look around the COC for other matchups tonight.
Well, last night a game played in Nixa between Lebanon and the Nixa Eagles. Nixa comes away with a 49-14 victory. Here tonight, obviously, Webb City at Neosho. Got Joplin at Republic, Kickapoo at Glendale, Willard at Carthage, and then to round things out, Waynesville makes a trip down to Ozark tonight, all in COC play.
It'll be some good matchups there, and the record's on the line, but obviously, as we talked earlier, pride on the line in some of those cases, some of the rivalries taking place. But also just each team trying to better themselves one more Friday night. It's the Cardinals and the Wildcats here from the Neosho. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back with our keys to the game after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
2 minutes.
Burpo Family Chiropractic is not just a place for adults, but for kids as well. From birth to geriatrics, Dr. Haley Burpo has the skills and knowledge to help patients of any age. Dr. Burpo is committed to taking time with her patients to go above and beyond to find the source of pain. To schedule an appointment, call 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic. Once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
Webb City Cardinal fans, did you know there's a local, knowledgeable, friendly pharmacy conveniently located at 101 West Doherty in Webb City? We are Express RX of Webb City. And the best part is we can save you up to 90% on your prescriptions from the big box stores. We make it so easy to switch. Plus, we offer free convenient services such as free delivery, drive-thru, and free pill packaging. So come by and make the switch today. And go Cardinals!
Cure those school night blues and save money at the same time. That's right! Bring the whole family to Who Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to close, and kids 10 and under eat free with a purchase of an adult grill meal. Enjoy all you can eat on a selection of fresh vegetables plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Who Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Who Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin.
None of us wants our most secret conversations revealed. We don't want the curtain pulled back on things we've said over the phone, yet God knows every word we say and every thought we think. The Bible tells us the secrets we've whispered in the dark will someday be proclaimed for all to hear. On that day, we will each be held accountable. However, Jesus died to help us, to purge the record of every person who asks him for forgiveness. To learn more, call 888-NEW-HIM.
We welcome you back to Neosho High School here at Neosho, Missouri. We're at Bob Anderson Stadium, and a beautiful night for football here as the Cardinals come in 3-1 on the season, set to face their rival, the Neosho Wildcats, who come in 4-0. It's about 75 degrees, but just a beautiful night here as the sun's starting to set behind us in the west. Both sets of bleachers on the east side starting to fill up for the home crowd, and a good crowd here from Webb City has made the trip down the way as well, and that's always a good sign when you get the cheering sections going from both sides. But now it's time to hear our keys to winning, and here's Justin with those keys.
Well, I think first off, you talk about the rivalry aspect of this ball game. You got to come into the night with some fervor if you're the Webb City Cardinals. You know you're coming into a Bob Anderson Stadium where the Neosho Ball Club has taken a lot of pride in what they've done over the last couple of years under Coach Towdy, and so not going to be an easy game as the Wildcats come in 4-0. Can you come in with some fire and try to quiet the crowd early? Second thing, you've got to force some turnovers. We talk about the prolificness of this offense from a Neosho standpoint. Can you force some fumbles? Can you force an interception? Force them to do some things that they're not accustomed to? And third, we talked about the special teams. Can you get a big play out of special teams, whether that be some kind of an onside kick or a recovery from a kickoff? Can you have a guy take it to the house on a punt return or a kick return? Really set the stage for the electricity that's going to be needed in this game. I think if you do those things, you see the Cardinals walk out of Bob Anderson Stadium with a 28th consecutive victory over these Neosho Wildcats.
The Cardinals just exiting the Neosho Wildcats gymnasium to our south, and the Neosho Wildcats team getting set to be greeted by their band and cheerleaders alike, as a great setup here and a great atmosphere for a high school football game. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back with our coin toss after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
So there I was, sitting next to my nephew playing on his Etch-a-Sketch pad. We had so much fun drawing fun and silly pictures together. But the cool thing was that if we messed up, we just hit the start over button. Lots of people wish they could do that with life, and that's exactly what God did for us. He sent Jesus to die for our sins so that you and I could have a second chance, a clean slate. To find out more, call 1-888-NEED-HIM. 888-NEED-HIM.
Are you stressed because you don't have enough money or connections to get to where you want to go? Are you frustrated when you see your friends climbing the corporate ladder? Do you have too many bills and not enough income? Well, there is a person who understands exactly what you're going through, and the best part is, he wants to help you. That person is Jesus. Learn more. Call 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us live at needhim.org.
And we welcome you back to Bob Anderson Stadium, getting close to kickoff now, just 4 minutes away, and getting ready to head out to midfield with the captains here in just a minute, as both teams have now moved to their sidelines and getting some final instructions from their coaches. Ryan McFarland gathering his captains near the west sideline, Coach Towdy and his group being readied on the far east side as well. Earlier tonight, the mention of the battle for the fight with childhood cancer, a special night here in Neosho, highlighting one of the junior students here in her battle, and she'll be a honorary captain joining the Wildcats captains out here in just a moment, and certainly continue to pray for that young lady and the battle that her and her family have been a part of, knowing the Lord is certainly in control of her future, and pray for continued healing on the part of what she's been able to withstand up to this point. Our referee for tonight's contest is Chris Anderson and his crew, as the captains and coaches will now head to midfield, and we'll allow them to gather there and get some instructions from our referee Chris Anderson and Coach Towdy and Coach McFarland, greeting each other as well as each other's captains, and now we'll await the instructions from our referee, give them the expectations for the good sportsmanship they expect between the two teams, tell them who to call on if there are questions or any conversations that need to happen during the game. Coach Towdy and Coach McFarland shake hands and head to their respective sidelines. And now the Cardinals, as the visitors, will be set to call the coin toss. A gold coin being shown here by referee Chris Anderson. The flip is in the air and to the ground. It's a heads, and the Wildcats have won the toss. They'll defer to the second half. That means the Cardinals will receive, and the Wildcats will kick from the south end zone to the north end zone. And in just 1 minute and 28 seconds, it's going to be time to play some football. Back here in 1 minute, you're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, And this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
And we welcome you back here to Bob Anderson Stadium, Neosho, Missouri. Your Webb City High School Cardinals set to take on the Neosho Wildcats. The Webb City Cardinals out. The all-white uniforms, red numbers with the blue trim. Neosho in the gold pants, black jerseys with the gold numbers. Webb City Cardinals, the Neosho Wildcats rather deferred to the second half, so your Webb City Cardinals set to receive. Back for the Cardinals, Travion Turner and Talon Hayslip. Neosho Wildcats break the huddle. They're set to kick this one off here on a beautiful night for some football, as Scott mentioned. Kicker for the Neosho Wildcats looks side to side, gets ready to lift the arm up, and off we go. A little pooch kick to the middle of the field. It'll fall right to the middle. Nice gain up the middle by one of the up men there. It looked like that was Drake Claiborne, the sophomore running back, middle of the line there for the kickoff return team. So great field position for the Webb City Cardinals. They'll start at their own 42-yard line here in Neosho, Missouri. They break the huddle. Braden Strickland back under center, the senior quarterback.
Abel gets in. Mason Williams in the backfield behind Strickland. They'll flip Gus Carnes to the left side wing. And the pitch is to Mason Williams to the 45, 50, and out of bounds near the 45 of the Wildcats. May have seen a late flag there. We'll see what that entails.
Yeah, it was on the near sideline here. I'm guessing it's a hold on the guy that was here. They're getting him with a block in the back.
So the Cardinals trying to get to the outside pitch game early, stretch this Wildcat defense, but with the block in the back, they'll be penalized from the spot of the foul. And they move the ball back to the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. Strickland on the give this time to Williams on the dive. He gets to the 45, not much more. Met there by a couple of really powerful defensive tackles. And we heard Coach McFarland talk about it in the coaches show, Justin. The 2 D tackles for this team bring you plenty of girth, and good middle linebacker in there for them as well. And they'll have to test them early and then maybe get back to that pitch game. Holden Johnson, receiver left. Strickland keeps it this time around the right side. He's stacked up near the 50. Picked up a quick 4 yards and then just stood up, but it'll be a 3rd and short coming up.
Well, and you talk about having lead backs in front of you that can block. None better there than Mason Williams, the pseudo linebacker at times for the Cardinals. That time leading the way for his quarterback, gives him a chance to put him in a 4th and manageable here, 4th and 3.
Yeah, I said 3rd down. It's actually
– I know it is 3rd.
It is 3rd because of the penalty. 3rd and just over 2. Strickland under center. Ball on the 50. Wildcats jumped. They got back. And I don't think Williams got through the middle that time. On the quick give, they had Hurd in there at a running back as well. And 4th and short here coming up for the Cardinals. Holden Johnson will bring in the play. Let's see if the Cardinals try to get back outside for this 4th down carry. Wildcats crowd on their feet, a QB sneak, and don't know if he got it. The Wildcats stuff it in the middle of the field, and they'll likely take over on downs. at the 49-yard line, needed to get to the 48. Strickland went with the quick count, Justin, just not able to get the push. Those two D tackles showing
you mentioned in the pregame the size in the middle of the field for the Neosho Wildcats. That time get a great push off the ball and immediately push Strickland back. Neosho takes over right at the 49-yard line.
Blaine Patterson, the quarterback, keeps it, gets around the right side. The Cardinals' Lenker finds him near the edge that time. He'll pick up about 3 yards on the carry down to the 48-yard line of the Cardinals. Patterson gets everybody to the line quickly. Roan in the backfield with him. Gives it to Roan this time. Up the middle he goes. Met after a 5-yard gain there by Lenker and Carson Myers, but brings up a 3rd and short here for the Wildcats.
Well, and Roan so fast there loses his shoe, so he's got to come out for a play. Patterson's got a new running back there with him, Colby McGehee, the junior running back.
McGehee and Patterson in the backfield for the Wildcats. Tight end, wing right. 2 receivers on the left side, 1 right. And they dropped the football, picked it back up. And the Cardinals will tackle him for a loss. Patterson may have taken his eye off the ball on that snap, unless that was supposed to be a direct snap.
It looked like it came a little quicker than what he was ready for. Had to grab it again out of the air, and that gave the Cardinals enough time to get in the backfield, force them into a 4th and almost 4, a long 3 here for the Neosho Wildcats.
The Wildcats will go for it. The Cardinals had a 4th and short. Cardinals defense now looking to stop the Wildcats on a 4th and 3 here. He may step back and punt it. He will. Patterson punts this one. It bounces at the 5, stays right where they can down it. And an excellent job of getting downfield that time. I think that was Lincoln Howard, rather, speeding his way down there. And the Cardinals will take over after the quick kick there on 4th down by Patterson. Coach Towdy electing to play the field position game there.
Well, and it was a great punt initially. Guy dives on it. His momentum carries him into the end zone, so the Cardinals will get it at the 20-yard line after a nice punt, just unable to keep it in play.
Yeah, so originally thought it was going to be down at the 5. It carried in the end zone. So the Cardinals have it 1st and 10 from the 20 as the officials make sure everybody's set. Coach Towdy asking, no doubt, about that placement. I think he thought his guy had it at the 5. Cardinals 1st and 10 from the 20. And the pitch this time to Hayslip over the right side. Has enough yardage close to the 1st down, out near the 30-yard line. And head coach Ryan McFarland really wants to see him turn loose, Justin, and show that top speed. They know he's got it.
Yeah, you saw glimpses of it there as he was able to get to the edge, pick up the 1st down for the Cardinals. But Coach Mack wants to see there is really turn it into the next gear and see if he can get upfield.
They pitch it once again, and maybe a hold on the edge, and Hayslip going nowhere down near the 29-yard line. He's tackled. The timing looked off on that one from the get-go.
Yeah, just the pitch. We talk about the pitch relationship there. Not quite there. Hayslip has to bobble a little bit. And we talk about the holding call there on the edge. If Carnes doesn't hold, there's no telling what happens to Hayslip on that play. So it's one of those that you hate the penalty, but if that doesn't happen, you're maybe looking at a walk in the other direction for the Neosho Wildcats, picking up a turnover. So Cardinals will be backed up again. We talk about playing mistake-free football. You've seen it early in drives for the Cardinals this year, happening to them again here as they're backed up now, 1st and 22 at their own 18.
Turner and Slade Hurd check in. Hurd in the slot. 2 backs behind. Play action. And in the flat is Mason Williams, has it at the 30 to the 35 to the 39-yard line. And he's close to a first down as they run Turner and Hurd deep that time, Justin. And then nice little flat pass to Mason Williams.
Well, you talk about the run setting up the pass. You saw it there with the play action. Strickland sells it long enough to let his guys get upfield. Then Mason Williams just slips out of there in the flat, gives them a 2nd and 1 after a 1st and 22.
2nd and 1, single receiver right, 2 in the backfield. This time they give it to Hayslip once again up the middle to the 50 and across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Saw the quick burst there by Talon Hayslip.
Well, and you're starting to see now this Webb City offensive line pick and choose where they can set those holes. They know they've got some big bodies in front of them to try to move. Can you give your running back just enough of a hole to get through? And that time you saw it there, Hayslip able to take advantage.
Abel Getz checks in next to Mason Williams. Holden Johnson, receiver left this time. And Strickland gives it, now pulls it. And he'll have no gain, stuffed right at the line of scrimmage.
And that's one, I think if you give it to Mason Williams, he's still running to the end zone, and he's having that same conversation there. He saw the hole that was in front of him. Strickland obviously did not, decided to keep it that time, and Neosho able to bottle him up.
2nd and 9 for the Cardinals. No score, 5:50 left here in the first. Hurd lined up on the left. And Strickland wants to throw the go route to Turner. He leaps, and it's knocked out of his hands. And no flags on the play. Boy, that's one I think you want to just throw longer, not higher, Justin. Let Turner try to outrun his defender.
Yeah, I think Strickland felt the footsteps coming at him, felt like he had to get rid of that sooner. That's one you wish he'd stand in the pocket a little bit longer and let Turner get a little deeper down the field. That time the coverage there by Oliver Martin, the 6'1 senior defensive back.
Holden Johnson in the slot, Hurd in motion left to right. Single back in the backfield's Williams, and Strickland keeps it, picks up about 8 yards. Will be short of the first down, marked near the 41-yard line, and it'll bring up a 4th and 2 for the Cardinals. They'll no doubt go for it here as they near midfield on their first drive.
Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Burpo Family Chiropractic, Arvis Wealth Management, 4W Metal Building Supply, Dairy Queen in Webb City, and Crowder College, all proud sponsors of tonight's game.
Slade Hurd, receiver left. The give to Abel Getz. Don't know if he got it. He needed the 41. I think he's at the 40 and a half or 39 and a half. He needed the 39.
No good.
And once again, the Wildcats stopped the Cardinals on downs. I think the Cardinals thought they had it, Justin, but that's clearly a half-yard short. Just didn't get the push once again on back-to-back 4th downs. The Wildcats stand up.
Yeah, and a great job there by this Neosho Wildcat defense again to hold. Cardinals now asking their defense to force something here.
Receivers left and right, a man in the slot as well on the right side. Patterson on the give to Roan. Goes off the right side for a short gain. And tackled there by Laughlin and Lenker. And Wildcats looking to go quick. 2nd and 9. Patterson, play action, and dropped. Tried to run the little skinny slant that time, Justin. And looked like it was right in the hands of Lincoln Howard that time, and he dropped it. It'll bring up 3rd down for the Wildcats, 3rd and 6. Patterson back to throw again. Looks up the field. Good coverage, but better catch. And rumbling his way down to the 25-yard line for the Wildcats was Brock Pyle, the senior linebacker wide receiver, Justin, I'm going to call him. He looks like that linebacker, but boy, great catch that time in traffic. Patterson up with it quickly again. Play action on the post. Touchdown Wildcats. Mason Spiva out of the slot that time. Great play action, and the Cardinals safeties fooled that time. Let Spiva get behind them, and an easy pitch and catch for the touchdown.
Sell the play action with Rome there. He sells it as he dives through the middle of the field, and that forces your safeties to have to commit a little bit to the run, at least peek in the backfield, and while they did so, Spiva takes off down the middle, PAT on.
And Mason Spiva's grandpa, Jerry Griffith, going to be happy about that one. And the Wildcats' extra point is good. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back with more Cardinal football after this on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
The Cool School Shop is a proud supporter of the Webb City Cardinals. Located at 100 South Main Street, Suite A in Webb City, they offer custom screen printing on school sports apparel like t-shirts and hoodies, and offer embroidery services and custom-made jerseys. Open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on Saturdays from 9 to noon. The Cool School Shop in Webb City, 417-673-3720, or online at coolschoolshop.com.
And we'll welcome you back to Bob Anderson Stadium here in Neosho High School, Neosho, Missouri. Scott Boudreau, along with Justin Boudreau, Drew Woodmansey at the camera controls for us, Tim Workman with the stats here tonight, and Roberta Foster back at our studios. The Cardinals find themselves in a deficit, 7-0, after an impressive drive from the Wildcats after the Cardinals failed on their second fourth down attempt of the evening. A little pooch kick to the 30. And I think that's Getz that picked it up. We'll check the number here. He gets it out to the 40. Cardinals again with excellent field position. Actually, that was Drake Claiborne, the sophomore running back for the Cardinals. So the Cardinals start at their 40. They've had good starting field position so far, Justin. But a couple penalties and maybe just a read or two, just not quite in sync yet offensively.
Yeah, just unable to really find where those pockets are in this Neosho defense. And as you mentioned, the penalties hurting them early on. See if they can get something on the third series.
Strickland keeps it around the right side. He's wide open to the 40, the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cardinals. The Cardinals run the old quarterback keep that time after the fake to the fullback, and Strickland got to the edge and excellent blocking on that right side, and then he outran the rest of the defense from there.
Yeah, you talk about the fake to the fullback, and then we mentioned Mason Williams being your lead blocker never helps. That time he's out on the edge taking care of the defensive back on that side, and then Strickland does the rest, makes a guy miss. Jared Castro back after his week absence last week. The extra point is up, and the extra point is no good, wide right.
And the Cardinals trail 7-6 after they answer with a touchdown. With 3:48 left in the first quarter, we'll take a 30-second timeout. Back with more Cardinal football after this. You're listening to Cardinal football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Reeves Tire and Automotive knows cars are how you navigate through your busy lives.
Professionals will ensure your car is reliable to get you and your family to your destination. We provide competitive pricing and quality work on tires, wheels, oil changes, brakes, suspensions, alignments, and vehicle maintenance, all necessary to ensure your vehicle is ready to go. Family owned and operated for over 39 years, you will receive friendly, honest service, so get rolling with Reeves Tire in Joplin, Webb City, and Carthage.
And we welcome you back to Neosho High School here, Bob Anderson Stadium. Cardinals, Braden Strickland with a 60-yard run, trying to get the Cardinals even, but a missed extra point has them trailing 7-6 with 3:48 left in the first quarter. Diego Aldrete to kick off for the Cardinals. A little pooch kick to the 30, bounces, picked up there, and the Cardinals there in a hurry limit the gain to about the 28-yard line, and to recognize our fifth team member here in the booth, Justin. Jan Workman, of course, doing all the excellent data entry for these stats that Tim Workman's trying to put out. So appreciate that as well. Now Patterson back out there for the Wildcats. 3 receivers right, single receiver left. A look to the sideline after the freeze call. And Patterson has the play. Roan in the backfield with him. He wants to run around the right side. Cardinals fighting off blocks. He gets out to the 35-yard line. And that's just a nice zone QB keep that time. You just kind of pick your hole when you get to the edge.
Yeah, you get your big guys out in front of you a few yards, and then you're just picking and choosing where the hole is. You saw it that time from Patterson. So he was able to pick up a nice chunk of yards there, 6-yard gain for him.
2nd and 4, the give. No, the keep after the fake that time, and this time Patterson nearly caught in the backfield. He'll get a yard at best after the Cardinals had good penetration from Carson Myers, I believe it was, coming in to help make that step. Briar Robinson may have been in there as well, but Myers for sure. It was Myers. Patterson takes a snap, gives to Roan. Up the middle he goes, near the first down marker, near the 40. And if he made the 40, it's a first down. He didn't need the 40, but they're right up against it, and they'll move the chains. So first down for the Wildcats. As soon as the chains are set, they want to snap it. Patterson fakes it. Now a little pass on a slant once again. The Wildcats, big slot receiver there, able to make the catch was Brock Pyle. 5'10", 190 pounds goes Mr. Pyle. He'll line up in that slot right once again. 2 receivers left. And the give to Roan, tackled in the backfield that time, and Cardinals' Trevor Laughlin just shot through the gap that time.
Well, he did his job, and his job on that play is to go after the running back. If he pulls it, somebody else has got quarterback responsibilities. They decide to hand it to Roan. Mr. Laughlin right there for the big tackle, brings up a 3rd and 2. See if the Cardinals can get a stop here.
3rd and 2. The keep now by Patterson. He jumps across the 50, gets down near the 45-yard line. A dangerous jump, but no Webb City Cardinal defender was there. He's able to lean forward and pick up the first down.
When we talk about assignment football, similar play that time. Roan gets the fake that time. Patterson pulls it from his gut and takes it himself, picks up the first down.
Patterson this time gives to Roan up the middle to the 40, inside the 40, maybe to the 39. And the running game complemented by some of the short passing game so far, keeping the Cardinals off balance.
Cardinals got to find a way to get Neosho on the back foot right now. Neosho having their way on this drive.
2nd and 4 for the Wildcats. And play action, and a pass complete to that's Haven Plummer. And Plummer has the first down for the Wildcats. They'll mark him down near the 27-yard line. And Coach Towdy trying to get one of his receivers, Mason Spiva, over to the left slot. Spiva down the middle. They go towards the right sideline. May have had Spiva if he wanted him, Justin, on that little seam route down the left side. But instead they try to throw the go route down the right side, incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 27. Patterson ready to go. Cardinals may have been offsides. They give to Roan, and he's stacked up after about a 3-yard gain. They'll mark him down near the 24-yard line. And that'll end the first quarter with the Neosho Wildcats leading 7-6. We'll keep it here and tell you about some of our sponsors.
Proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Missouri State Representative Bob Bromley. He's honored to serve the citizens of the 162nd District, including the towns of Carl Junction and Webb City. State Representative Bob Bromley would like to congratulate all the area teams on their hard work. Paint, Chips, and Glitter Boutique at 110 West Broadway in Webb City, open Tuesday through Thursday, 10:30 to 5:30, Fridays 10:30 to 5, and Saturday 10 to 3, offering ladies' clothing, jewelry, accessories, and more. They also carry Webb City shirts, accessories, and other spirit wear as well. You can learn more online at pcgboutique.com. Proud to support the Cardinals. Johnson Real Estate and Consulting and Keller Williams Realty have been serving the real estate needs of our local communities for over 20 years. For all your real estate needs, call Steve Johnson at 417-850-7391 or Dustin Johnson at 417-291-7706. Proud to support the Cardinals.
Aaron David, defensive coordinator for the Cardinals, no doubt looking to make some adjustments to this combo run-pass game that the Wildcats have been able to keep the Cardinals' defense off balance. And now they'll hold the snap here for a moment. Our referee, Chris Anderson, says let's wind the play clock as we start the second quarter. Cardinals trail 7-6. Patterson to throw. Now scrambles out the right side to the 20, inside the 20 near the 15-yard line, and he'll have another first down, I believe.
When we talk about his ability to throw the ball, he's a capable runner as well. 48 carries on the year, 374 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Saw him scamper for a 92-yard score last week against Waynesville, so a capable runner as well.
They stacked 2 receivers right, single receiver left. They give to Roan right up the middle near the 11-yard line. He'll pick up about 7 yards there.
A couple of scoring updates around the COC. It's Carthage 14, Willard nothing, Ozark 14, Waynesville nothing. Republic with a 7-3 lead over Joplin.
2nd and 4, they'll call it, for the Wildcats. Patterson bobbled the snap, gave it to Roan, gets around the right side. Cardinals unable to tackle him. He's in for a touchdown.
When you talk about the bobbled snap, Cardinals just unable to get any penetration. Talk about the big offensive line for this Neosho Wildcat team, able to keep him at bay long enough. Roan saw the busted play to the right anyway and was able to find the hole, get himself into the end zone. Extra point on.
Here comes the extra point for the Wildcats. And the kick is up, and the kick is through. And with 11:22 left in the second quarter, it's the Neosho Wildcats 14, Webb City Cardinals 6. There was a flag on the extra point. We'll see if they assess a penalty on the kickoff. While we await that, let's take a 30-second break. Back here with more Cardinal football after this on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
A business impact partner of KNEO is ProLube Tire and Auto Center in Neosho. Serving the area since 2001, they're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. ProLube Tire and Auto Center offers tire and brake repair, as well as transmission service, front-end alignments, and more. Located at 1406 North Business 49 in Neosho. For more information, 417-221-6795 or online at proluberepair.com.
So the kick is good by the Neosho Wildcats as we welcome you back to Bob Anderson Stadium here at Neosho High School. Scott Boudreau along with Justin Boudreau, Drew Woodmansey at the cameras, Tim Workman working our stats, Jan Workman typing the stats, and Roberta Foster back at our studios running the master controls. Wildcats have shown their ability to move the football in this first quarter plus of offensive action. Cardinal defense, not great answers so far, and there was a 15-yard penalty on the Cardinals for unsportsmanlike conduct. And so this kickoff will ensue at the 40. That doesn't seem correct. It should be at the 45, I believe, Justin.
Yeah, my math tells me that's a 20-yard difference where it should be a 15. And here we go. We'll back it up 5.
So it's okay. We all always need a little refresher on simple math, so that's okay. It's lifetime. That's why we call it lifetime learning, Justin. Anyway, the Wildcats will kick off from the Cardinals 45 if they want to. This is one of those opportunities for an onside kick. Cardinals front line will have to be ready for that. 2 men deep for the Cardinals. And they kick it through the end zone. Trey Turner will catch it, but no advance there from the end zone. The Cardinals will have it 1st and 10 from the 20. And certainly want to see him answer the score here with a solid drive, the Cardinals offense, while Coach Aaron David and his defensive staff try to make some adjustments over there on the sideline.
When you talk about chasing points now, if you're the Cardinals, you also received the ball to start that half, so you've got to keep up with the point trend. Neosho going to get it out of the half. Still 11 minutes to go here in this quarter, though.
They give to Williams over the left side, bust a couple tackles, picks up 7 yards on the play. And Cardinals probably going to just run some of their bread and butter right now, see if their intent is still to get to the edge. That's where they feel like they've got a speed advantage if they can get there. We saw that on Strickland's touchdown.
Yeah, I think you're looking for that if you're the Cardinals. Obviously got to keep this Neosho line honest, but got to get to what's been working for you. And you look at the outside plays, that's what you've seen from the Cardinals so far.
Turner lined up receiver right. 2 tight ends on the right side as well. And the give to the back, that's Williams up the middle he goes. And he'll pick up a huge chunk of yardage, have a first down near the 41-yard line.
While we move the chains, Klitz and Curves Boutique, proud to support the Webb City Cardinals. You can learn more about their products offered on their Facebook page. Klitz and Curves Boutique, a backer of the Webb City Cardinals.
Briar Robinson and Holden Johnson check in, receivers left and right. 2 in the backfield behind Strickland. 1st and 10 from the 41. And the give once again on the dive. And perhaps countering what they thought the Wildcats were trying to take away, knowing the Cardinals wanted to get outside. You test that middle a little bit more. On the first drive, it was the middle of the field that the Wildcats were taken away, but they saw a couple of those pitches, and now the Cardinals able to come back with what's most advantageous to them. It'll bring up 2nd and 1, a 9-yard pickup there. Gets in the backfield with Williams. And Strickland pitches it to Getz over the left side to the 40, inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. And again, nice job of reading it through that time after the fake to Williams on the dive.
Well, the Cardinals say, hey, we'll see your hurry up and we'll up you with a hurry up of our own as they get the play in quick. Trey Turner will be the single wide out on the far side. Splitbacks behind him, 2 tight ends set on the left.
Strickland under center. Quick give. And I believe that's Getz once more. And he'll pick up about 2 yards on the play.
Reeves Tire and Automotive, Papa John's Pizza, Webb City, Bill's Electric Incorporated, Cool School Shop, Hedge Lewis Goodwin Funeral Home, Nick Myers CPA, all proud sponsors of tonight's broadcast.
They'll give him 4, 2nd and 6. The give to Getz around the left side to the 25, down near the 20 before he goes out of bounds. And again, nice job sealing that left edge. Gus Carnes over there working that tight end position, and nobody playing tight end better than what senior Gus Carnes has been playing this year. Unselfish player and leads this team in a lot of ways, but his execution, number 1. He'll flip to the right side, and the keeper by Strickland. He's buried in the backfield. The dive wasn't there. He tried to keep it. Probably could have pitched to Getz on the edge there.
Yeah, just needed to make that pitch a little bit quicker. By the time he thought about it, the hole would collapse. He didn't have an angle to make that play, had to eat it and lose a yard. Cardinals second 11 ball in the Neosho 22. We're winding the clock here. 8:15 left to go here in the half. Wildcats lead at 14-6.
Slade Hurd in the slot. Trey Turner on the far left side. Strickland under center. And the give to Williams up the middle. Breaks one tackle to the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Well, you talk about blocking it right up the middle. You saw it there. Mason Williams does a great job of reading it. Now overload the left side, so that pulls some defensive backs and linebackers to the left. Mason Williams sees the hole back to his right, a little jump cut, and makes a guy miss, and then finds his way into the end zone. Cardinals trailing by 2. They're going to go ahead and take that attempt to get those points back here as the Cardinal offense will stay on the field. Braden Strickland waits the marching orders. Talon Hayslip will bring him in to his team.
They work on these 2-point conversions throughout the year. It's 3 in the backfield. Getz, Hayslip, and Williams. The give to Hayslip. No, now it's Getz, and he's just short of the end zone, and the 2-point try no good. Looked like he never could get vertical and had to get wide, and that slowed down that play.
Well, we talk about the pitch relationship, just kept getting stretched, and by the time Getz did get the football, had no room to really make any kind of a cut forward. A great job there by the Neosho Wildcats. And while we reset the kickoff, we'll tell you about some of our sponsors. Five-Star Food Equipment would like to let the Cardinals know they're proud of them, offering over 300 brands of food equipment and supplies, parts, and services to Joplin and the surrounding areas. 5-Star Food Equipment, 417-624-800. Proud to support the Webb City Cardinals on KNEO. Proudly supporting the Cardinals is Baker Davis Roderick CPAs. BDR provides payroll, bookkeeping, and bill payment services for churches and small businesses. Baker Davis Roderick, located at 920 East 15th Street in Joplin. For more information, 417-782-0829 or online at www.bdrcpas.com.
Aldrete to kick off for the Cardinals. And a little sky kick to the 30. Bounces near the 20. Picked up there. And the Cardinals surround the ball carrier. I believe that was Haven Plummer on the return. And Plummer able to get near the 25-yard line. The Wildcats will have it there 1st and 10. They still lead the Cardinals 14-12 after a couple of missed extra point tries by the Cardinals. 7:49 left here in the second quarter. Let's see what kind of defensive adjustments Aaron David has made. The quick pass to the sideline and tackled quickly after a short gain. Mason Spivey on the catch that time.
Some more updates around the COC. Carthage expanding that lead 28-0 over Willard. Republic 14, Joplin 10. And it was Ozark with a 21-0 lead over the Waynesville Tigers.
And the give once again. There goes Roan. He's free to the 50, the 40, the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. And he shot out of there with only a couple of Cardinals to beat after he got through the first line of defense, Justin. Great blocking up front by the Wildcats offensive line. And once again, the Wildcats show their strength on the line, opening the hole for Roan, and we saw his speed there take over.
Yeah, once he gets a hole and gets to open space, it's tough to catch him. You saw it there.
Kick is up for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Wildcats now leave the Cardinals 21-12 with 7:10 left here in the first half. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back with more after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Today's sporting event is being made available for your family by Chris Wright of Dig Right Equipment Rental, located just off Highway 49 at the Carterville exit by Casey's. Open Monday through Friday and Saturdays till noon with rentals of outdoor construction equipment and even attachments for your machines. Chris Wright of Dig Right Equipment Rentals is a proud supporter of today's game. 417-317-4995.
The Wildcats score quickly and extend the lead once again. 21-12, they lead the Cardinals. Wildcats scored the opening touchdown, took a 7-0 lead. Cardinals answered with a touchdown. 7-6 after the failed extra point. Here comes the kickoff from the Wildcats. They'll sky this one to the 20, picked up there. And I believe that's Getz on the carry to the 35, down past the 40 to the 41-yard line. So good job by Abel Getz on the return that time. And the Cardinals will have good field position. Justin, their offense starting to click on that last drive that they scored on. Now it's just a matter of continuing to answer these scores while you figure out some things on the other side of the ball.
Well, you talk about trying to make this Neosho offense as one-dimensional as possible. You're seeing the run game and pass game work for them right now. No doubt Coach David talking to his guys on the sideline about that.
Strickland under center, two backs in the backfield. And the quick give on the dive to Getz that time. Picked up about 3 yards. Gets to the 44. 2nd and 7 there for the Cardinals as they continue to mix things up. Now Hazlip will check in for Getz. He's a guy, as we said earlier, they'd like to see him get to the edge and get downhill and show off some of his speed. Trey Turner will bring in the play to Braden Strickland, the quarterback. Hazlip and Mason Williams in the backfield. Double tight look, single receiver left is Turner. Strickland on the pitch to Hazlip to the 50. Near the sideline to the 45 and out of bounds near the Wildcats 44-yard line. So excellent running there. He just took a diagonal and got to the space that was available.
Well, and you're seeing the Neosho Wildcats get some good penetration against this Cardinal offensive line. That time, though, Strickland able to weave through and find the pitch anyway. Hazlip picks up great yardage and, as you said, gets vertical at the right time, picks up the first down into Neosho territory.
Colton Rickman in at a receiver now. Receivers left and right for the Cardinals. And the pitch once again to Hazlip around the left side. Gets one tackler to miss, gets down near the 40. Picks up about 4 yards, brings up 2nd and 6 for the Cardinals. Again, trying to see what you're taking away and counter that is Coach Ryan McFarland with his play calling. Now 2 receivers in as Hazlip checks out. Turner and Hurd check in. Hurd will line up on the receiver left. Turner, the receiver, on the right. Single back is Williams. Comes Hurd on the sweep. And somebody moved early. The Cardinals will get flagged. And what was 2nd and 7 is going to turn into 2nd and 12 now as the Cardinals guilty of a false start.
Yeah, so difficult when you're going up against a solid defensive line. You're anticipating that coming off of your block. That time Cardinals just jump a little early. Now, as you mentioned, Scott, 2nd and 12 now. Ball at their own 46, or at the Neosho 46 rather. They trail at 21-12. 5:20 left to go here in the quarter.
Strickland wants to throw, has a man down the middle of the field. It's Ganaway to the 5, to the 3, and brought down there.
And Scott, that's that double tight end seam that you've seen him run for so many years. That time he sends both Ganaway and Carnes right down the middle of the field on the hashes, and just pick your poison there. If you're Strickland, you've got one guy leaning one way.
I like what he did. He took a 5-step drop that time, gave himself time to throw it. First down and goal from the 4-yard line. And a give, pounding his way to the 2 was Mason Williams. Or no, that's Getz that time. Cardinals knocking on the door. Hurd will line up as a receiver right. Getz and Williams in the backfield behind Strickland. They give to Getz, trying to get over the right side, and the Wildcats meet him at the 4-yard line. May have lost a yard there. Again, to your point earlier, Justin, they're getting penetration, and the blocking up front by the Cardinals not keeping those holes open long enough for the back to make his move.
Well, you've seen it on any kind of an option look. Strickland's got time to find his guy and get out wide on a single handoff like that. Once they're busting through the line, there's no relief for the Cardinal running back. And
it's 3rd and goal for the Cardinals from the 3-yard line. There's Strickland, wants to throw back of the end zone, complete, and it's Ganaway on the touchdown. On a crossing route that time. It was sprint right action by Strickland, bought the time, and Ganaway on the crossing route across the back of the end zone makes the catch on the far right side of the end zone, and now Castro on for the extra point. Cardinals will not continue to chase the 2-point here. Try to get back within 2. It's Aldrete on the kick this time instead of Castro. And Diego punches it through for the extra point with 3:41 left here in the first half. It's the Neosho Wildcats 21, Webb City Cardinals 19. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back with more Cardinal football after this. You're listening to Cardinal football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
And we welcome you back to Bob Anderson Stadium as the Cardinals score the extra point good. They trail 21-19 with 3:41 left. Aldrete set to kick off. Cardinals with an onside kick attempt, and they get the football near the 40 on a high bounce. And let's see who recovered that one. May have been Mason Williams. Justin couldn't see for sure.
Yeah, I think it was the young cornerback for the Webb City Cardinals. There's a flag dropped at the end.
Well,
I don't know what we're going to see here.
Chris Anderson, our referee, will make the call. A block in the back on the Cardinals.
I think Cardinals will retain possession. It'll just back them up.
Let's see if the Cardinal defense out there right now.
No.
Let's see if it negates the onside recovery. So a big break there for the Wildcats on a well-executed kick by Diego Aldrete, all for naught as the Cardinals The Wildcats are going to get the football near the 46-yard line. And first and 10 there. Patterson in the shotgun. Keeps it around the left side, getting to the edge, dragged out of bounds by the Cardinals Barrick Hoffman, the junior defensive back. And a pickup of about 4 for Patterson. Clock running at 3:15 here in the first half. And a timeout on the field. Don't know if this is an equipment issue, but referee stopping the clock for now. It'll be 2nd and 6. Patterson back to throw in the slot. They throw it and near the first down marker. The catch once again by the wide receiver Brock Pyle. That's his 3rd catch of the evening, Justin. And Cardinals just are playing him too loose in that slot, allowing that slant. Patterson wants to run around the left side this time. Gets down near the 30 after the first down had been acquired on the previous play. He'll be marked down at the 31-yard line. 2nd and 5 for the Wildcats. They lead at 21-19. 2:40 left here in the first half. Patterson looks to his sideline for the signal. Man in motion. Now they give to Roan on the counter, and he'll be tackled near the 28-yard line. Bring up 3rd and 2 for the Wildcats.
You can download the KNEO iPhone or Android phone app at kneo.org. The KNEO iPhone and Android phone apps are sponsored by the Webb City Booster Club. You can also listen to the Webb City Cardinal Sports on your smart speaker. Just say, Alexa, play the KNEO Sports Network.
3rd and 2 for the Wildcats. Cardinals looking for a stop. The snap on the ground, and Patterson had it. He fell near the 26-yard line. And we'll see if that's enough for the first down. I think they mark it back a bit near the 27-yard line. I believe that's going to be short by a foot. So 4th and short now for the Wildcats. And they'll bring in their heavy package. Here come 2 extra linemen. They'll run all the receivers off, Justin. This is what you call the ultimate jumbo set. You got to watch for the play action on this one.
Well, play clock at 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And they don't know if they got it off.
It was close.
The push forward near the 26-yard line. Cardinals think they stopped him. We'll see where the mark is. Side judge comes in from the Wildcats sideline. And let's see if they measure this one. Chris Anderson, our referee, says it's enough for the first down. They wind the clock. 58 seconds left here in the first half. Cardinals trying to keep the Wildcats out of the end zone. There goes Patterson on the quarterback counter that time. He gets down near the 15-yard line. Great play design there, and everybody thought Roan had it, including this announcer. Patterson gives to Roan this time. He's met up the middle, stopped near the 11-yard line. And this is where you got to have that bend but don't break. One of the offensive linemen going to have to come out of the game for the Wildcats. That's their center. And a timeout called. We'll keep it here with 34 seconds left. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Wildcats. They lead at 21-19.
When you talk about needing a stop, Neosho getting the ball coming out of the half. So this last 34 seconds is either going to put you behind the 8 ball or put you in a spot that you feel a little more comfortable heading into the half, knowing that you got to give the ball back to Neosho coming out of the half. Obviously, if you're the Cardinals looking for some kind of a turnover here, but at all odds, you got to stop Neosho from getting into the end zone the last 34 seconds here. Neosho burns one of their timeouts, still got 2 left as they're inside the Cardinal 15 at the 11. It's 11 yards to go here with 34 seconds left to go in the half. No doubt message from Coach David and his staff there talking to his guys about playing discipline, being smart here, making sure everybody's doing their job here to get out of this half.
They'll show a 2 receiver left, 1 right. Roan in the backfield with Patterson. No doubt trying to spread the Cardinal defense out. Roan to the left of Patterson. Gets the snap, gives it to Roan. He stopped inside the 10, near the 9-yard line. Clock still running, 25 seconds. Neosho has timeouts left. They'll snap it without calling one. 15 seconds. Patterson wants to throw, now runs with it. Quarterback keeper near the end zone and in for the touchdown. A design quarterback draw that time, I think, Justin. He didn't look like he ever really was going to throw it. And with 8 seconds left in the half, it's a 2-score game after the touchdown by Patterson.
Well, they spread 3 receivers to that far side. That leaves this left side wide open, and he knows what to do with it, does Patterson. He finds the end zone.
There's the extra point. It's up and it's good. With 8 seconds left in the first half, the Neosho Wildcats lead the Webb City Cardinals 28-19. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back with more Cardinal football after this on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Price Family Insurance and Financial Services has been caring for clients since 1990 and is still here to take care of all your insurance needs, from auto, home, business, life, and health insurance to group health insurance for businesses, plus financial services. To find out more information, call the dedicated team at Price Family Insurance and Financial Services today at 417-673-8338 or stop by and see them at 100 South Main Street in Webb City. You can also learn more online at pricefamilyinsurance.com.
To Bob Anderson Stadium, where the Wildcats lead the Webb City Cardinals 28-19 with 8 seconds left here in the first half. After a solid 3-minute drive there by the Wildcats, once again answering the score, which had pulled the Cardinals within 2. Kickoff to come here. We'll see if the Wildcats give the Cardinals any kind of chance for a return. They squib it to the 30 now and near the 33-yard line, and clothesline there was Abel Getz. And that left 4 seconds on the clock. See if Cardinals want to throw one down the field here. We'll know if Mason Williams comes in at quarterback. If they want to chuck one down the field. You got time for one play here, likely, and the Wildcats call a timeout. We'll keep it here. And, Justin, only a couple things you could set up here. Maybe some kind of trick play, a hook and ladder of some kind, or maybe rolling one way and try to throw it to an open receiver on the other side. Maybe you just send Trey Turner on a go route.
Yeah, I think multiple options, as you mentioned. Plenty of athletes on this Webb City offensive side of the football. But you've got to get something, obviously, downfield and downhill if you're the Cardinals. And if you've got a guy that gets in trouble, you got to make sure you've got somebody sweeping in behind him. All those things, no doubt, would have been discussed as they come out of the break here. Cardinals with nothing to lose here in terms of trying to find the end zone. You're at your own 38-yard line. Obviously, at this level, not going to see a guy throw it 65 yards in a Hail Mary situation. So something underneath.
2 safeties deep for the Wildcats. Receivers Holden Johnson and Turner on the right side. In motion is Getz. They'll pitch it to Williams over the left side, and he'll run over a couple of would-be tacklers and brought down at the 47-yard line. That'll end the half. At the end of the first half, it's the Neosho Wildcats 28, your Webb City Cardinals 19. We'll come back with our halftime show after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Simpson Funeral Home has been serving the local area for over 100 years and is happy to serve local families during their time of need. With 2 locations, 400 West Doherty Street in Webb City and 101 North Main Street in Carl Junction, owners Austin and Amanda Simpson and their licensed staff can be reached at 417-673-2411. Simpson Funeral Home, a proud backer of the Webb City Cardinals.
Proud to be a part of our local communities is BEI, Bills Electric Incorporated, serving the 4-state area for over 60 years with locations in Webb City, Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, Lowell, Arkansas, and Claremore, Oklahoma. They specialize in commercial, industrial, and residential electrical projects in the 4-state area. For employment or company information, their website is beijoplin.com or 417-624-6660. Bills Electric Incorporated is proud to support the Webb City Cardinals.
Welcome to the KNEO Sports Network Halftime Show. The Cardinal Minute is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Webb City Cardinals.
We welcome you back to another edition of the Cardinal Minute. I'm Justin Boudreau, joined by head girls tennis coach Stephanie Pace. Stephanie, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So I know once season gets underway, we were talking about it a little bit off air here. Always busy, always missing school, always trying to catch up. But talk to us a little bit about the girls that you have in this squad and how things are going so far.
Well, Coach Derryberry and I are blessed. We've got 37 young ladies out on our team, and they are exceptional. They're terrific in the classroom. They're great on the court. We're having a really good time with them. These ladies have worked really, really hard this season. It's always amazing when you get to midseason and you look back at where we were just 4 short weeks ago,
Sure.
You know, at the start of season. It's crazy how quickly it goes, but when you look back and you're like, wow, just the progress that gets made is pretty remarkable, and we're seeing that again this year. And when you've got girls that are coachable and have great attitudes and want to win and give you your best, like, you can't ask for anything better than that. So we're really excited about our team.
And I think nothing highlights that more than this past week on Tuesday, had to have a makeup game against Clever and then had to go to Carthage in that same day. And so I think you see just the grit and the kind of team that you have in a day where it would have been easy to kind of everybody, mails it in and they start to get an attitude. You come away with 2 wins that day.
Absolutely.
And just highlights what that team's all about.
Yeah, that was a really long day. I didn't get home until it was almost 11 o'clock, and I thought, these girls left home the same time as me early in the morning, and they weren't getting home until 10:15, 10:30. But they came out and they played really, really well. Like, that night was absolutely kind of the summary of how the season has been to this point. So we're proud of them.
Yeah, and I know a few seniors on this team. Talk to us a little bit about some of your leaders and what they've done so far.
Man, we've got 6 seniors on this team. We have 14 juniors. Wow. And our varsity is comprised of 2 seniors and 4 juniors. And when I tell you, we've just got we've got leadership from, number 1 on our roster, deep into our roster. And they have really stepped up. They've been great examples for the new girls, for the younger crew. They're just great supporters. They're great teammates on and off the court. And to see them finally having the success that they've worked so hard for is just really satisfying. So we're hoping that continues through the remainder of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Coach, thanks for joining us. Appreciate your time. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to the Cardinal Minute, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Webb City Cardinals.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report is proud to sponsor local high school sports on KNEO. Sports Director Michael Amami and sports reporters Ryan Bunale and Cam Isimone have interviews, scores, and highlights weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report covers events from high school athletics to Missouri Southern and Pittsburgh State and local community colleges. Proud to support local high school sports.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
a nonprofit organization, a sponsor of high school sports.
It's time for the Freeman Sports Health Minute. The Freeman Sports Team is proud to serve as the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges.
It's time for another Health Minute here on KNEO. Adam Winkler here with you, joined by Dave Compton, a trainer with Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Dave, our topic today is how to fuel your body for a workout.
Yeah, Adam, that's a great question. The nutritional supplement industry is a multi-billion-dollar operation that tries to sell our athletes and their families on a magic powder, a magic pill, or a secret formula. And I have to confess, I'm a little bit old school and firmly believe that in most cases, mom's and grandma's advice of balanced nutrition and balanced meals will cover athletes' nutritional needs for their athletic performance. Lean proteins, good sources of carbohydrates. The fruits and vegetables are a great option, and I think we forget about them a lot because they are a good source of water, and they're a good source of the trace minerals and electrolytes that we don't sometimes get from normal food. Grandma and Mom always telling you to take your vitamins. A good multivitamin will supplement most athletes' needs on top of just their normal diet. And then, of course, hydration. Water, sports drinks are a great combination.
For the Freeman Sports Health Minute, I'm Adam Winkler.
Missouri Southern State University is a culture of excellence, whether in the classroom, the lab, or on the court. It's where future educators, innovators, lifesavers, and global leaders call their home. It's a place where immersive learning environments can help empower students to command a future in their field. Come experience excellence and apply at mssu.edu.
Huhat Mongolian Grill at 1804 Rangeline in Joplin is proud to support local high school sports. They offer a variety of meat, stir-fry ingredients, and signature sauces that are then grilled together. Huhat Mongolian Grill is open Sunday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Friday and Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and offers dine-in eating, curbside pickup, plus delivery through DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub. More information online at huhat.com.
Webb City Cardinal fans, Express RX of Webb City is located at 101 West Doherty and is proud to support the Webb City Cardinals. Open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays 9 to 1. They offer services such as pill packaging, plus prescription delivery or drive-through. They also have a mobile app where customers can manage their prescriptions and refills. Express RX of Webb City, 417-392-6039. Go Cardinals!
Strategy, focus, details. It's time to go inside the Cardinals playbook. Here's Scott Boudreau.
And we welcome you to another edition of Inside the Cardinals Playbook. Scott Boudreau here with you tonight. And I'm visiting with school board member Stephen Crane. We will not tell folks on the air, at least, how old you are, but I've known you since you were 14 years old, and we go way back. But tonight we're talking about things that concern the school board here at Webb City, and I know you've been a school board member for 7 years now. Tell me what that decision to run, and then how has that been? How have you enjoyed your time so far as a school board member?
Well, thank you, Scotty. Yes, we've known each other for a few years. I won't tell you how many. I'll say 30 plus. How about that?
Okay.
30 plus years. But yeah, going back to the 7 years ago, I remember my brother was getting off the school board, and I had thought about running before and had not, but I thought that was the right time. I wanted to be involved and help the school district plus the community as well. And so it's been great to get to know not only the different school board members that I get to serve with, but also the teachers and the kids within the community. And it's been eye-opening. You know, there's a lot that goes on. There's over 600 employees, there at the school district, and so there's over 4,000 kids, and so there's a lot that goes on in the course of a day and in the course of a school year. So, but what's great is just knowing who our community is, knowing who our families and our kids, and knowing they want the best for the kiddos, because there's going to be some things that come up, but they want the kids to get a great education and be in a great environment.
When you think about your responsibilities as a school board member, what are some of the top 2 or 3 things that you really try to keep in mind as you look at the big picture?
We always want to make sure that we're not running the school, right? We want to make sure the right people are in place and that they're going to make sure and do a good job, that the boots on the ground are running the school. We want to be there in a supportive role. We want to make sure that we're bridging that gap between the community and the school system itself, and making sure information is getting shared when there's can be some challenges, and we want to make sure we bridge that gap. So I think that's one of the big things, is always that people can get going one way or the other, and making sure we're there to help communicate whatever we need to either the parents, the families, or the kids themselves, and helping the teachers a lot in that area as well.
You grew up in the Webb City School District, so you had experiences from childhood all the way up through high school, and then on to college and your professional career. How has the student of today changed from what you remember about your school days?
Wow. As I've had 3 daughters that have gone through and is still going through the school system, you're right, it looks a little different. I can tell you this, it's funny, this has really nothing to do with it, but the parking lot at the school looks a lot different than it did back in the 80s and 90s, I can tell you that. There's a lot more kids than there was back then. I think we had like one of the smallest classes that graduated at Webb City in years back then in the 90s, like 150 kids. Well, now we've got 300 plus all the time, right? And we've had classes that are 360, 370, 380. So the growth, of the community has definitely been a part of that for the last 25 years. But I think the kids are still kids, still want to learn, right? Want to have relationships. And so the only thing that's been a little bit different is just kind of you've got technology that's changed things, right? How the way the kids learn now is a little bit different than what it was before. We were talking about that even, things changed 5 years ago over COVID, right? We didn't think we could do distant learning or we could do stuff from the house, but now we learned really during that you can do some of that and still do a good job. So I think the kids really themselves haven't changed. I think it's how they learn technology-wise has changed a little bit, but I still think and believe that you got to be in front of the kids. Really, they need to be in the classroom, and that's the best place for them.
A final question really relates to where we are tonight. We're at a football game. You're an athlete that played multiple sports, and also, obviously, we're involved in other extracurricular activities, and you see it today. But talk about the value that you see in the extracurricular activities that kids get to be involved in, and what that does for them later in life, because now you're in a professional position. I'm sure when you look back, you learned some things on the ball field, on the court.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a big advocate of extracurricular activities. I think it can help you team-wise. You learn how to learn your role and learn how to grow in a team environment. I think it makes you multitask. You can be a better multitasker because you're doing more things. For the work ethic, there's something there about working towards a goal with other teammates and achieving that goal along the way. So that's played a big role. It always takes more than one person, whatever environment you're on, professionally, in the schoolroom, on the field, athletic field, whatever you're doing, it always takes more than yourself. And I think you learn that whenever you're a member of these different extracurricular activities. If you're not going to participate in those, I think it's harder for you to grab a hold of, because you don't have those experiences that you had when you were younger during those. And I think it just makes you appreciate it, and also that work ethic, it helps with that as well. You're working towards whatever goal it is, and you're not there by yourself. You're there with teammates that are helping push you and make you accountable as well.
Well, we know that you're one that always excelled in class, on the football field, on the basketball court, on the baseball field, and we know you've done that as a school board member. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Inside the Cardinals Playbook.
Thank you, Scotty. Appreciate it.
You've been listening to Inside the Cardinals Playbook with Scott Boudreau. Tune in once again next week for another edition of Inside the Cardinals Playbook.
This portion of Cardinal Athletics is sponsored by Reeves Tire and Automotive. Serving the area since 1978, they specialize in automotive services such as brake repair, wheel alignments, plus steering and suspension systems. Reeves Tire and Automotive with 3 locations, 806 East 7th Street in Joplin, 1613 South Madison in Webb City, and at 2504 Grand Avenue in Carthage. Online at reevestire.com.
KNEO would like to thank Papa John's Pizza in Webb City for sponsoring this portion of the game. They are proud supporters of the Webb City Cardinals and offer delivery and carryout services on a variety of pizzas, as well as breadsticks and wings. Located in the City Point Shopping Center in Webb City and open 7 days a week. Papa John's Pizza in Webb City, 417-673-7272, or for a complete menu or online ordering, their website is Papa John.
Bob Anderson Stadium. We're at halftime with the Neosho Wildcats leading 28-19 over your Webb City Cardinals. About 6 minutes away from second half kickoff. The Wildcats will receive the second half kickoff. But Justin, a back and forth first half, but the Cardinals on a couple of first possessions offensively failed on a couple of fourth down plays, and not saying that set the tone, but it certainly gave the Wildcats some confidence, and then they've been moving the ball offensively all night, and every time the Cardinals have scored since, they've answered it to keep this 2-score game.
Well, we talked about in the pregame how you didn't want to get into a shootout with a team as prolific as Neosho, and you're seeing why right now, because anytime they've gotten the ball, Cardinals have made a stop or two here and there, but every time Neosho's gotten the ball, most of the time it's ended in pay dirt, whereas the Cardinals have had, as you mentioned, some fourth down opportunities not go their way, and then you saw the failed onside kick that turned into a penalty that turned into a short field position for the Neosho Wildcats, in which they were able to go in and score and then push this lead to 9 at the half. So a couple of things that maybe don't bounce the Cardinals' way in that first half. And then you talk about the defense just scrambling a little bit at times. You talk about being able to dictate what you want to do as an offense. You've seen that from Neosho here in that first half. When they want to run, they run. When they want to throw, they throw. Cardinals are scrambling a little bit to try to figure out what's coming next. And that's exactly where you want to be if you're Coach Towdy in this Neosho Wildcat Ball Club. But on the flip side of that, no doubt at the halftime talk here, Coach McFarland, Coach David talking to their guys about how do we stay disciplined, how do we stay in this ball game. You look at a 9-point lead at the halftime, and you maybe get a little nervous knowing Neosho's coming out of the game, talking to his guys about staying calm, taking it one play at a time, and knowing that they've got that big play capability with the athletes that they put on the field. You're just coaching your guys to take it one step at a time, get those stops, be able to make some plays, and then you start to turn this game back around if you're the Cardinals.
We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back with head coach Ryan McFarland as the Wildcats lead the Cardinals 28-19 at halftime. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network. Back in 2 minutes.
Webb City Sports is sponsored by Nick Myers, certified public accountant, located in Webb City at 2nd and Main, next door to City Hall, offering tax preparation and planning for personal and business taxes. Plus, they offer bookkeeping services and QuickBooks setup and training services. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nick Myers CPA at 2nd and Main in Webb City, with offices also in Joplin and Anderson. More information online at nickmyerscpa.com or 417-673-4200.
You know, my friend Matt and I have been best buds since the 2nd grade. You see, Matt has lived a pretty rough life. His dad just got up and left when he was 6. His mom got cancer when he was 14. And his girlfriend basically dumped him for no reason. But you know what? There's something different about Matt. You see, he's not mad at the world because of what happened. He goes to church and he says that we weren't made to do this alone. I want what he has. Do you? Call 1-888-NEED-HIM.
And we welcome you back to Neosho High School here at Bob Anderson Stadium. Scott Boudreau along with Justin Boudreau. Drew Woodmancy, our camera operator tonight. Tim Workman and Jan Workman working your live stats. And Roberta Foster back at our KNEO studios awaiting the arrival of the Cardinals here to start the second half. The Neosho Wildcats making their way to the field, but some adjustments, no doubt, for the Cardinals coming up, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. But really both sides of the ball made some mistakes in that first half, and they'll be looking for some improvement to see what they can do to counter what the Wildcats have offered so far. And that's why they play two halves, Justin. Always talk about how you finish the game, and the Cardinals, no doubt, tonight are going to have to be a second half team if they want to counter what the Wildcats have been running and throwing their way. As we see the Cardinals coming back from the Wildcats gymnasium area and making their way to the field. And they'll get some warm-up time here as they do that. And Coach McFarland getting set to approach our broadcast position here, and we'll grab a quick visit with him and see what they talked about here during their halftime and what they need to do better as they start this second half against the Neosho Wildcats.
Well, Scott, it sounds simple, but you know the message to your guys is you've got to be able to get a stop. And Scott's got Coach McFarland walking his way, so we'll give it back to you, Scott.
Coach, a good start to the first drive there, and it looked like it was just a couple of small things here and there. They stopped you on fourth down, and then it looked like that gave them confidence, kind of got their offense rolling a little bit.
Yeah, we've been stopped twice on fourth down, and it was both mental mistakes by us up front. If it's 4th and 1 on their side of the field, we're going to go for it every time. But it did. It gave them a little confidence. I thought, we got the ball first, so it gave them possession advantage. They were able to score right before halftime there, so we got to get a stop and a score to keep this a one-score game.
What's the biggest adjustment you want to see defensively? They're keeping your guys off balance with the run and pass.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job. They're really good up front. We talked about that all week. Our run fits in the linebacker and secondary haven't been very good, and we're one missed tackle away a lot of times from getting them in a 3rd and long situation, so we just got to tackle better.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
And we'll take a 2-minute break here, come back with second half action after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Proud to support the Cardinals and serve the Webb City and surrounding areas is Madison Pet Clinic. Located at 1631 South Madison in Webb City, they specialize in pet surgery, wellness exams, and vaccinations. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 5:30 and Saturday 8 to noon. Madison Pet Clinic is a proud supporter of the Webb City Cardinals. 673-2455 or online at madisonpetclinic.com. Go Cardinals!
Body and Soul Transformation, located at 1703 Falcon Suite C in Webb City, is a 10,000 square foot, 24-hour fitness center and specialized personal training facility. They offer a variety of group fitness classes. They now accept silver sneakers and have classes for seniors. They also hold kids and youth events. They have something to offer everyone in the family and even have a kids zone for busy parents. Body and Soul Transformation in Webb City, 417-553-0757 or online at bodysoultransformation.com.
Webb City Sports is sponsored by Nick Myers, certified public accountant, located in Webb City at 2nd and Main, next door to City Hall, offering tax preparation and planning for personal and business taxes. Plus, they offer bookkeeping services and QuickBooks setup and training services. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nick Myers CPA at 2nd and Main in Webb City, with offices also in Joplin and Anderson. More information online at nickmyerscpa.com or 417-673-4200.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number
And we
is
welcome you back here to Bob Anderson Stadium at Neosho High
417-624-4100.
School. Your Webb City Cardinals get set for the second half kickoff. They'll kick it off to the Neosho Wildcats. Your halftime segment here brought to you by Simpson Funeral Home. Webb City Cardinals trail at 28-19 as they jog their way out there for the second half. As we mentioned, some adjustments obviously going to be made here from the Cardinals coming into the second half. You'll get to see it on display here as the Neosho Wildcats will receive. Back to receive is Oliver Martin, the senior wide receiver, kicking off for the Cardinals. The soccer player turned kicker, Diego Aldretti, points his way down the line, gets his steps ready for the kickoff, does the lefty. We're moments away from the second half kicking off. Hand goes up, Cardinals are down and ready. And the kickoff is a little pooch kick to the left sideline there. Neosho Wildcats will fair catch it there at their own 38-yard line, and that's where they'll take possession of the football to start the second half. Snodgrass Collision Center, daughter to serve the area and support our local schools, located at 1604 East 4th Street in Joplin, specializes in complete body and frame repair, four-wheel alignment, and paintless net repair. Snodgrass Collision Center, 781-7774, proud to support the Cardinals in tonight's game.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Patterson on to give to Roan, stuffed in the backfield. And Cardinals, Bryson Bard, the senior linebacker.
Well, you heard Coach Mack talk about it at the halftime. Felt like his linebackers and his linemen not getting good reads on that first initial push. You saw it there for a no gain.
Snap to Patterson around the left edge. And again, stopped on the edge. This time, Carson Myers made sure he couldn't turn the corner. And 2 negative plays to start this half for the Wildcats brings up a 3rd and 14.
Well, and that time you saw Patterson was able to find those holes in the first half. That time you saw Carson Myers get in and break things up.
And this is a key down coming up for the Cardinals. Slade Hurd comes in at a corner. 3 receivers right, single receiver left.
Cardinals had an equipment issue. They got to run a guy on late. Linker had to step off. They got a new linebacker in for the Cardinals. It's Carson Rooks.
Patterson wants to throw. Looking down the left side and caught near the out of bounds. He was out of bounds on the catch and incomplete. So the Cardinals hold on the first set of downs here to start the second half, and they force the punt from the Wildcats, just what the Cardinals were looking for to start this half.
Yeah, you talk about making adjustments. Cardinals heard Coach Mack and company loud and clear come out and get a 3rd and out, force a punt on the Neosho Wildcats' first possession of the second half.
Mason Young back for the Cardinals. And there's a kick near the Cardinals sideline. Takes a sideways bounce near the 42-yard line. Cardinals will have great field position to start their first offensive possession of the half. And talk to referee Chris Anderson at the half, and that onside attempt by the Cardinals was ruled fair catch interference. So here comes Braden Strickland. Single receivers left and right. Gus Carnes will flip to the left side. And the give on the dive up to the 50-yard line that time goes Mason Williams. And a nice 7-yard pickup there. Cardinals trying to continue the things they did right in that first half and execute a little better in the areas that were problematic. 2nd and 3 coming up. Strickland surveys the defense, now under center. And a give on the dive again across the 45 to the 44-yard line, and a first down for the Cardinals.
And I think what you like so far, Cardinals force the 3 and out. They get the ball to their offense. Don't have to be in panic mode if you're the Cardinal offense and you're seeing that. Just kind of nickel and diming down the field. Still just a 9-point game, so you want to continue to obviously get positive yardage here, score on this drive, put yourself in a position where it's a one-score game as you get deeper into the third and the start of the fourth quarter.
Hayslip in there along with Williams behind Braden Strickland. 2 receivers left and right, Johnson and Turner. Strickland on a give to Williams. Breaks a tackle, still running near the 31-yard line. They'll bring him down, but another first down for the Cardinals.
Some COC scores around the area. Carthage putting up 59 in the first half against Willard. They lead it 59-7. Republic 24-10 at the half over Joplin. It's Glendale 20, Kickapoo 20. Glendale 24, Kickapoo 20 at the half. Ozark 49, Waynesville nothing. That game in the second.
Strickland back under center. Hayslip and Williams behind him. The give to Williams. Cuts across the middle of the line, gets down near the 25. He's just following his blocking right now, Justin. And then if he gets a leg free, he's ready to take off.
Well, and you're seeing Braden Strickland doing a nice job of reading what the defense is giving him. Defense cheating outside a little bit, so he's handing that ball off to Williams. Williams able to pick up some chunk yardage here.
Strickland back under center. And a give to Williams one more time. This time about 4 Wildcats will stack him up just inside the 25 to the 24. Brings up a 3rd and 3 for the Cardinals. And Cardinals will send in Drake Claiborne, the 6-foot, 203-pound running back. And there's a guy with some power. Maybe use him on a lead block this time for Williams. Claiborne and Williams in the backfield behind Strickland. Strickland gives it to Claiborne, still carrying it near the 10, inside the 10. That time it was just, hey, big fella, let me give it to you. And Strickland let go of it, and Claiborne carries the pile down for a 1st and goal from the 9.
But did a nice job of just keeping it in his gut all the way through the hole, and Claiborne said, I got the rest of the way here, and gets himself inside the 10 at the 9. Cardinals driving here.
Claiborne and Williams in the backfield still. They give to Williams. He's tackled near the 6-yard line. He says
I don't think he was down.
Flipped over the defender without touching the ground, but they'll mark him down at the 6.
It's worth a shot. You know, you sell it a little bit. Maybe the ref gives it to you. They are going to say his knee hit the ground after he was flipped over. Pick up a couple yards.
Abel Getz checks in for Claiborne, and Trey Turner will bring in the play from the sideline. Williams and Getz from the middle of the field. The give to Williams, looking for a hole into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. Good blocking up front that time, Justin. Looked like the right guard and the center sealed their guys, and Williams able to find the hole and get to the end zone.
Yeah, done a nice job of being patient there, did Mason Williams, waiting for his guys to develop in front of him. And you talk about the confidence that your defense can give you, and I think you saw that there. Defense gets a 3rd and out, forces a punt. Your offense methodical in the way they drive down the field, and they go cut this to a 1-score game. Diego Aldretti on for the extra point.
Strickland to hold. Aldretti's kick is up, and it is good. And with 7:16 left here in the third quarter, the Cardinals cut the lead to 28-26. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back with more Cardinal football after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
For over 100 years, Webb City has trusted Simpson Funeral Home for all of their death care needs. Simpson Funeral Home dignifies lives well lived through customizable cremation and burial plans, as well as pre-need funeral plans and monument design. Simpson Funeral Home, now offering pet cremation services, has 2 locations to serve you: 400 West Dougherty Street in Webb City and 101 North Main Street in Carl Junction. Call or text 417-673-2411 or visit online at simpsonfh.com.
And we welcome you back to Bob Anderson Stadium. The Cardinals trail the Neosho Wildcats 28-26, 7:16 left here in the third quarter after the Cardinals got a 3 and out from the Wildcats' first possession of the half. They take a nice methodical drive down the field, and it ends with a Mason Williams touchdown. Good complimentary football there. They went inside and out, but here comes Aldretti with the kickoff. Little pooch kick near the sideline. It stays in bounds and goes out of bounds late. Wildcats return man wisely turned down the opportunity to pick it up near his 15, and it goes out of bounds. And that'll result in the ball being placed at the 35-yard line for the Wildcats to start their second drive of the half. See if the Cardinals defense can play with the inspiration they did on that first drive of the half. Patterson out of the shotgun, Roan next to him. And he fakes the give and stuffed in the backfield. And boy, what a great stop by Ethan Keller that time, Justin. He was in the backfield. We talked about penetration.
Yep.
We saw it from the Wildcats in the first half. That time the Cardinals get there.
Yeah, that's one of your middle linebackers. So what that means is your defensive line is doing their job and creating a hole for you to get through as the linebacker that time.
2 receivers right, 1 left for the Wildcats. Patterson wants to throw down the left sideline and caught, but out of bounds. And I'll tell you what, that's good defending by the Cardinals cornerback on that side. That's Braylon Coleman, the sophomore. What he did right, he pinned his receiver near the sideline.
Well, he does a nice job of forcing him out of bounds without making any kind of contact. Just forces the receiver to gradually get closer to the sideline there, and then by the time he's got to make a play, he's already in the black. Good play there by Mr. Coleman. A 3rd and long here, 3rd and 11, ball at their own 34 for Neosho.
3-by-1 look this time. Patterson looking for the sideline again, caught, but short of the first down near the 43-yard line. It'll be 4th and 2 for the Wildcats. See what Coach Towdy's going to keep the offense out there. See if they come back with a power look. The obvious choice here is to let Patterson run with it. 4th and 2. Patterson run the freeze here, and we'll see if they let the play clock run. It's at 15. And we see the signals from the sidelines. Now Patterson back in the shotgun. Takes a snap, gives to Roan over the left side. He gets through the hole to the 40, the 30, the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Wildcats. And again, that's just leverage advantage on the edge that time, Justin.
Yeah, he gets the kick out that he needs there. Cardinals are leaning the other way. Again, they overload the right side with their receivers, so they've got no help if you're the Cardinals from any of your safeties or defensive backs. And once Roan gets the space, nobody going to catch him out there.
Roan explodes through the line, and the Wildcats' extra point is up, and it's good. Lead back to a 35-26 lead with 5:43 left here in the third quarter. We'll take another 30-second timeout. You're listening to Cardinal Football on a KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Welcome back to Bob Anderson Stadium. Hope you've stuck around for this one. A little too exciting for the Cardinal fans right now as the Wildcats come right back after the Cardinals got within 2. They come right back down the field and on 4th down explode Down the left sideline, Mr. Roan for a touchdown, 56 yards. They lead at 35-26. A squib kick and picked up by Getz. He gets around the left side, now back to the middle of the field and brought down near the 47-yard line. Cardinals will have great field position to start this possession with 5:35 left here in the third quarter. Cardinals know they can move the football offensively, and they'll bring in two receivers, Holden Johnson, Trey Turner. Turner on that left side, Johnson on the near side, two backs behind Strickland. Now Gus Carnes will flip right to left. And the give to Mason Williams, plowing his way across the 50 to the 47-yard line, picks up about 7 yards, we'll call it. Bring up a 2nd and 3+ here, as the Cardinals will bring in a couple of more new receivers. Malachi Narogi, Briar Robinson, and this time a flag on the play as the give was to Mason Williams, but we'll see what the penalty is coming up here. Head linesman relaying it to our referee, Chris Anderson. Brandon Towdy being told what the offense was on the near sideline and trying to decide if they want a 3rd and 5 or a 2nd and about 12 here. It'll repeat the down, so 2nd and we'll call it 9 coming up for the Cardinals. 4:52 left here in the third quarter. Wildcats leading the Cardinals 35-26. Strickland back under center. Gives up, now pulls it down the left side, breaks a couple tackles to the 35, down near the 32-yard line. And great job of reading that play, Justin.
Well, and that you see the emphasis there on making the correct reads. That time, Neosho caves in on the dive back. He's able to pull it out of the stomach of his back there and scramble for some more yardage. First down deep into Neosho territory here.
Strickland under center and keeps it once again near the 30-yard line for a short gain on first down. Cardinals trying to mix up this Neosho defense, but they are stout in the middle. The two tackles, Tomlinson and Bustede, they're the real deal in the middle of that line. Strickland gives it, and he's gone. On the dive play that time, Abel gets shot through there, and similar missed assignment to what you saw on the Neosho touchdown. Everybody followed Williams to the edge that time, Justin, and gets on the veer action on the dive, able to get to the end zone, and Cardinals will continue to go for one, trying to stay within shouting distance, knowing Aldretti's also capable of kicking a field goal late if you need it. Aldretti on for the extra point. Kick is up, and a line drive just over the crossbar is good. Looked like he was trying to kick a PK there for a moment, the dual soccer / place kicker for the Cardinals. And the Cardinals close to within two once again, 35-33. The Wildcats lead it. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back here with more Cardinal football after this on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Hamry Roofing and Construction, based in Seneca, Missouri, specialize in roofing, siding, guttering, remodels, decks, and new construction. They also handle concrete, fire, and flood mitigation. and even work directly with your insurance claims. 417-389-6986. Whether it's a small repair or a major project, you can count on Emery Roofing and Construction for quality, integrity, and craftsmanship. See more online at emeryroofing.com or find them on Facebook.
Welcome back to Bob Anderson Stadium here at Neosho High School, Neosho, Missouri. Scott Boudreau along with Justin Boudreau. Drew Woodmansey, our camera operator. Tim Workman and Jan Workman working on the stats, and Roberta Foster keeping everything running back at our studios. Aldretti to kick off. A deep kick and a bounce near the 5, picked up there and driven out of bounds. The return man for the Wildcats, Oliver Martin. And an effective kick that time, Justin, pins the Wildcats a little deeper to start this possession. But let's see what the Cardinal defense can draw up. They know on the first and second down, they've got to try to get some kind of penetration and get some negative plays.
Well, and you've seen the defense able to do that on the first series of this drive. Now you're asking them to do it again. You just got to continue to stay disciplined, not be fooled by the misdirection. Key on the right guys here if you're the defense.
Patterson takes a snap, gives to, now keeps it as he faked it to Roan that time and went. Anytime he goes horizontal, that's advantage Cardinal defense, able to create that side penetration, and that's called spilling it. The Cardinals did a good job that time. About a half-yard loss for Patterson. This time he wants to throw to the sideline, gets it to Mason Spiva. He gets across the 25-yard line for a short gain. Picks up about 4 there. Bring up, let's say 3. Bring up 3rd and 7 for the Cardinals. 4 wide this time for the Wildcats. 2-by-2 look. Patterson back to throw. Throwing deep, and a late contact, but ball slightly overthrown that time. He tried to get it to Haven Plummer, I believe. Had a safety deep, so the corner was aggressive that time on the coverage.
Well, I think you like it there. You know the ball's a little overthrown. You could be a little bit aggressive knowing that that's the case. There's a little bit of contact, but to your point, overthrown nonetheless. Cardinals force another 3 and out.
And Mason Young comes up to receive the punt at the 35 to the 40. Tackled near the 42-yard line. Cardinal offense back in business and trying to take their first lead of the game if they can have a successful drive here, as the Wildcats got out to a 7-0 start. Cardinals closed it to 7-6 and then missed the extra point.
Well, we talked about the importance of getting 2 stops in the second half. You did so. Now you're asking your offense to take care of business.
Strickland on the give to Williams. He's dragged from behind. Don't know. They clotheslined him from behind that time. Not a horse collar penalty, apparently, but Williams picks up a yard.
Well, it's difficult to move if you're getting pulled by your shoulder pads, and Williams found that out that time, but we'll continue to play here. Is 2nd and 9, ball on the Cardinal 44-yard line.
2nd and 9 for the Cardinals from the 44. And the keeper by Strickland, but he's wrapped up. I think Cardinals may have missed a block that time. Looked like on the edge. It might have freed him. 1:40 left here in the 3rd quarter. Cardinals in a 3rd and 7. Need to get to the 47 of the Wildcats for a first down. They're at their own 46 now. Let's see. Cardinals try to get back outside to the edge. 2 receivers. Holden Johnson and Trey Turner on this right side. Holden Johnson going to get called for motion penalty here, as initially both receivers moved. Confusion on who was to go in motion. And then Braden Strickland never let him get reset, Justin. You got to have eyes everywhere as a quarterback, but I got to believe that's a wide receiver mistake. Coach McFarland wants a timeout. We'll take it with you, with the Wildcats leading the Cardinals 35-33 and 1:08 left in the third. Take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
BEI, Bills Electric Incorporated, has been serving the four-state area for over 60 years. With locations in Webb City, Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, Lowell, Arkansas, and Claremore, Oklahoma, they specialize in commercial, industrial, and residential electric projects. Bills Electric is committed to providing the absolute best electrical repair and installation services to homeowners and businesses in the four-state area. Learn more information online at BEIJoplin.com. Bills Electric Incorporated is proud to support the Webb City Cardinals.
Welcome back to Neosho High School here. Scott Boudreau along with Justin Boudreau. Bob Anderson Stadium. The Wildcats have put up quite a fight tonight. They lead the Cardinals 35-33 with 1:08 left here in the third. Some confusion and a motion penalty against the Cardinals brings up a 3rd and 7 from their own 46. Strickland a long count. And the give to Williams. Gets through the line across to the 43-yard line. Enough for a first down. Good blocking over that right side that time to create the hole. And Williams just got downhill in a hurry.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see from your senior leader, your running back. You need a first down. He says, let's give me the ball. He does what he needs to do and picks up the first. Keeps the ball moving for this offense.
Two tight ends, left and right. Carnes and Ganaway, single receiver, Turner left. Two in the backfield behind Strickland. A give to Williams. He's free over the left side, down to the 35. And an 8-yard pickup and a 2nd and 2 coming up as the clock winds inside. 25 seconds now left in the third quarter. Holden Johnson comes in, gets replaced by Hayslip in the backfield. See if they let the clock run out. We're under 10 seconds. Strickland will get this play off. And the pitch to Hayslip over the left side, down near the 25 to the 20 before he's run out of bounds, and a first down for the Cardinals. And again, good lead by Williams. Makes the Wildcats stay honest, and then that gets you to the pitch to Hayslip. And that'll end the third quarter with the Neosho Wildcats leading the Webb City Cardinals 35-33. We'll come back with fourth quarter action after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network. Back here in 1 minute.
The Cool School Shop is a proud supporter of the Webb City Cardinals. Located at 100 South Main Street, Suite A in Webb City, they offer custom screen printing on school sports apparel like t-shirts and hoodies, and offer embroidery services and custom-made jerseys. Open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and on Saturdays from 9 to noon. The Cool School Shop in Webb City, 417-673-3720, or online at coolschoolshop.com.
4W Metal Building Supply. You've probably seen us. We're the company that provides red iron and post frame buildings, siding, garage doors, and more. Bring your plans or pictures. We'll help from start to finish. Call or come by.
At 4W.
Cardinals have it 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. There goes Mason Williams up the middle, down near the 15. As we look at some of our stats in this game, the Cardinals have 358 yards of rushing and Mason Williams, 127 so far, and just added a few more there. Now 2nd and 4 from the 16. And the keeper by Strickland that time picks up a couple yards down near the 13-yard line. 3rd and 1 for the Cardinals. This is 4-down territory, no doubt. Hurd in there to receiver right. 2 tight ends, Ganaway and Carnes, 2 backs behind Strickland. And the give to Williams, fighting his way, but stuffed near the line. He might have gotten half a yard there, but ran into a wall that time.
Yeah, we talked about the big boys up front there all game. That time they do their job and hold true. It's a 4th down, no gain on the play, they say.
4th and 1. Cardinals stopped 3 times on 4th and 1 in the first half. Each time trying to run in the middle of the field. We'll see if they try to bounce one outside here. Strickland under center with Williams. And the give is to Williams. He bounces off a couple tacklers, gets near the 10, and he'll have the 1st down.
Well, you talk about wanting to get the 1st down, the grit there. Williams would have been close if they would have got him at the initial stop of the contact. He's able to spin off and pick up a couple yards for insurance. And now a 1st and 10 at the 11. So the Cardinals can still pick up a 1st down at the 1-yard line if they need it. Cardinals, no doubt,
here
comes to get in the end zone.
Here comes Slade Hurd with the play. Clock running, 10 minutes left in the ball game. Cardinals trail 35-33. Strickland give on the dive, and once again it's Claiborne with a power run up the middle for a touchdown. And the Cardinals take the lead with an extra point to come.
Well, you talk about power. Mr. Claiborne goes 6 foot 203, so a hard guy to bring down once he gets downhill. That time the seas parted for him. Cardinals going to go for 2, try to stretch this lead to a touchdown. Field goal, an extra point doesn't really do you any good. You at least want to try to push this to a touchdown and make them think about the extra point. Cardinals going to do so here.
Strickland, 2 backs behind him. And here's the reverse. Holden Johnson dropped the football. He was going to be able to throw that to any one of 2 receivers, had Gus Johnson and Mason Williams wide open in the end zone. Holden Johnson on the reverse dropped it, and the score remains the Cardinals 39-35. They take their first lead of the ball game. We'll take a 30. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll keep it here. And we'll tell you about some of our sponsors.
Paint, Chips, and Glitter Boutique at 110 West Broadway in Webb City is open Tuesday through Thursday, 10:30 to 5:30. Fridays, 10:30 to 5. Saturdays, 10 to 3, offering ladies' clothing, jewelry, accessories, and more. They also carry Webb City shirts, accessories, and other spirit wear as well. Learn more online at www.pcgboutique.com. Proud to support the Cardinals. And Johnson Real Estate and Consulting, Keller Williams, have been serving the real estate needs of our community for over 20 years. For all your real estate needs, call Steve Johnson at 417-850-7391. Dustin Johnson at 417-291-7706. Proud to support the Cardinals.
Cardinals set to kick off to the Wildcats with their first lead of the evening, 39-35 with 9:47 left. A deep kick to the 10, picked up there, back to the 20. 25, a flag on the play. This one likely to come back. They haven't blown the whistle yet. Now they do. As the Wildcats guilty of a penalty on that return as Oliver Martin brought it back. Officials will relay it to Chris Anderson, who will tell the rest of us what the infraction was. It is a block in the back against the Wildcats. It'll put them a little deeper in their own territory to start this one. And Justin, if you're the Cardinals right now, it's about the stops on first down. You've got to think about that. And if you're the Wildcats, you're thinking about another explosive play. I said to you during the break earlier that we might see a little more of their passing game if the Cardinals took the lead. They show a 2-by-1 look here. Spiva in the slot on the right. Patterson. And he'll keep it around the right side after the fake to Roan. Met near the 15-yard line, driven backwards, and they just stood him up. Patterson showing his toughness as well. This defense inspired now that they have the lead, and if they can get a stop on this set of downs, it'll be their third stop in this half.
Well, and that's at least doubles what they were able to do in the first half in terms of getting a 3-and-out situation. Cardinals do a great job there of standing Patterson up. Goes
Second
nowhere.
and 7 for Patterson. Has the football, gives to Roan this time over the left side, cuts back to the middle, gets down near the 25-yard line. That should be enough for a first down, I believe.
And Roan hobbling off. The ankle looked like got caught underneath somebody. He jogs off to the sideline and maybe just going to try to stretch it out a little bit.
Maybe just needs a little extra refreshment as he waits near the training table. The give this time to the fullback, and pounding his way forward was Colby McGahee, the 5'10", 235-pound power back for this Neosho Wildcat team. He picks up a quick 7 we'll call it, 2nd and 3 from the 32. Cardinals looking to hold. Lead at 39-35. The keeper by Patterson. He stood up in the backfield, short of the first down, gets a couple more near the 33-yard line. And Justin, the Cardinals trying to sell out on the run, but that means you're asking your corners to make sure they're in great position coverage-wise.
Big third down here for the defense.
There's the give to McGahee. He's stopped and then
Ball's
pushes forward. The ball came loose. Cardinals say they have it. And we'll see. The Cardinals come away with the football as they unpile everybody.
Still going down there.
And now.
Well, but he's got the Neosho guy's got the ball, does McGahee.
He's still got the football. Let's see what Chris Anderson says. I think he says it's.
And say he pointed Webb's direction, and
he says it goes back to the Cardinals. So a turnover. Only thing you could assume there is he was piled on bodies and somebody ripped it loose. And the Cardinals will take over at the Wildcats' 41-yard line, getting to the line quickly. Single back in the backfield's Williams. Hurd in motion. Strickland on the give to Williams over the right side. And he'll get down near the 32-yard line. He'll be a yard short of the first down.
Pam Draker, Roderick Insurance Agency, proud to support the Webb City Cardinals. Roderick Insurance Agency has served the area since 1945, located at 108 North Main Street in Webb City, offering insurance plans including auto, home, business, and more from a variety of companies. For more information, 673-1242 or online at RoderickInsuranceAgency.com.
Single back as Williams gets in motion left to right. And the keeper by Strickland, he's bottled up in the backfield. He did not get the first down. Again, the Cardinals allow penetration that time, and they got to the ankles of Strickland quickly. Ball marked near the 32-yard line. They need to get just across the 31 for a first down. 3rd and 1 for the Cardinals. 2 in the backfield this time. Strickland on the give. Mason Williams has the first down. Falls forward near the 27-yard line. before he's brought down. There's an intensity to that offensive line for the Cardinals right now.
Well, you talk about the history of the offensive line for this Webb City program, and they get in moments like this, there's a pride that gets elevated, and they start creating some big holes for their running backs to run through, and none more prideful in the good sense than Mr. Mason Williams, who was not going to be denied there.
1st and 10 from the 26. Cardinals looking to extend their lead. They lead at 39-35 with 5:45 left in the fourth. Strickland pulls it. Now he stood up near the 25-yard line, had nowhere to go.
When you talk about leverage and blocking, you've got a bigger guy in front of you. You know, size and maybe strength-wise, he's got you. It's all about making sure you get off the ball at the right time and at the right angle that time. Cardinals unable to do so on that right side, and Neosho stops him for maybe I think they're going to give him a yard on the gain. 2nd and 9 now, ball at the Neosho 25, 5-10 and winding here to go in the fourth. 39-35, your Cardinals lead it.
Drake Claiborne back in the backfield, the power back for the Cardinals in this second half. And Mason Williams tried to lead the way that time. And the pile moving forward near the 20, down to about the 21-yard line for Strickland. And he just followed those big heavies up front, hog mollies as we call them.
Well, now if you're the Cardinals, obviously you want to get 6 and get the touchdown. But after Diego Aldredi's showing last weekend, you feel confident in a field goal attempt if you can get it maybe inside the 20. He hit a 39-yarder last week, which is just right about where he's at, a little closer than that now as the ball's at the 21-yard line.
Plenty of time on the play clock as Holden Johnson and company break huddle. Johnson on that right side, Strickland under center, 2 backs behind him. Strickland gives to Claiborne up the middle. He pushes forward, and he's near the first down. I think he got across the 15. If he did, that's a first down. As our umpire marks it, and it is a first down for the Cardinals.
Well,
once again, good blocking.
Yeah, great job there by the big boys up front, and Cardinals continue to move the ball closer to the end zone, continue to wind the clock, which is ever important here with a 4-point lead in the fourth.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals from the 15-yard line. 3:45 left here in the fourth quarter, and Braden Strickland going to let the clock wind inside at 10 on the play clock. They give to Williams up the middle to the 8-yard line. Pickup of 7 there as the Cardinals run straight ahead after running a lot of the option game, trying to find some holes in the straight ahead game as well. Defender comes off for the Neosho Wildcats.
Well, and if you're the Cardinals, you don't have to do anything fancy here. Just asking your guys up front to create some holes. Let Mason Williams and Strickland and company find those holes and continue to pick up yardage.
Turner lined up on the left side. 2 tight ends and 2 backs behind Strickland. And he wants to pitch it. Gets it to the edge. That's Williams to the end zone. Cardinal touchdown.
When you talk about the blocking up front and the patience from Strickland, they shove everything to the left and gets everybody leaning. Makes that pitch to Mason Williams. He makes one cut back up the field, lets everybody kind of go by him, and then finds his way into the end zone. The Cardinals find themselves with a 45-35 lead, 2:44 left to go here. Diego Aldredi on for the extra point.
Trying to make it an 11-point lead for the Cardinals. There's the hold. The kick by Aldredi is up, and the kick is good. And with 2:44 left in the fourth quarter, it's the Cardinals 46, the Neosho Wildcats 35. Take a 30-second timeout. Back with more Cardinal football after this. You're listening to Cardinal football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Burpo Family Chiropractic is not just a place for adults, but for kids as well. From birth to geriatrics, Dr. Haley Burpo has the skills and knowledge to help patients of any age. Dr. Burpo is committed to taking time with her patients to go above and beyond to find the source of pain. To schedule an appointment, call 417-673-5555. Burpo Family Chiropractic. Once a Cardinal, now treating Cardinals. More information in names and numbers.
To Bob Anderson Stadium, the Cardinals lead the Wildcats 46-35. They took a 39-35 lead early in this quarter, got a stop, and now have extended the lead to 11, 46-35 with 2:44 left. Mason Williams with 23 carries, 165 yards, and 3 touchdowns in this ball game. Aldrete, a squib kick, bounces near the 40, now down near the 25, and picked up there by the Wildcats' Tanner Shade, I believe. And the Wildcats will start this offensive series.
Big Nickel, Madison Pet Clinic, Roderick Insurance Agency, Price Family Insurance and Financial Services, ProLube Maintenance Center, Simpson Lawn Care, Dig Right Equipment Rental, all proud to support the Cardinals in tonight's broadcast.
Patterson in the backfield, 3-by-1 look. Rolls right, looking for a receiver near the sideline, caught. And making his way to the 42-yard line on a dandy pitch and catch. Haven Plummer on the catch that time on a little stop route. And a first down for the Wildcats. They'll be in hurry-up mode now. 2:30 and counting on the clock. Roan back in there in the backfield. Patterson wants to throw as 4 receivers. Looks down the seam. Intercepted. And the Cardinals pick it off. That's Barrick Hoffman, the linebacker, in double coverage that time, Justin. Just stepped in front of it and able to give the ball back to the Cardinals. And you could tell Cardinals were going to try their best to get some kind of defense accomplished there. After the play, there's an injured player across the way. We'll take a look right now, see who's involved in that. Officials timeout on the field. And while we have a moment, let's talk about some of our sponsors.
Proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Missouri State Representative Bob Bromley. He's honored to serve the citizens of the 162nd District, including the towns of Carl Junction and Webb City. State Representative Bob Bromley would like to congratulate all the area teams on their hard work. And make sure you stay tuned after tonight's game for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. You can also check out our live scoreboard during the game. Go to kneo.org, get the latest scores from games around the area as they're happening.
And as they help Everson Tomlinson to his feet, the big defensive tackle, offensive lineman for the Wildcats, who chased down that play after the interception by Barrick Hoffman. But I was talking about that coverage, Justin. They played it perfectly. Had the linebacker drop, and it was nothing behind your defense. He had a safety behind him and able to just pick off Patterson's throw.
And in the COC, Carthage wins it 59-14 over Willard. It's Ozark 49, Waynesville nothing. Glendale 24-20 over Kickapoo. Republic with a 38-16 lead over Joplin.
Strickland under center, a flag before this one gets started. And we'll see who it's on. It's an offsides call on the Cardinals. That's not something you want to be called for. Trying to finish out this last 2:09. Cardinals want to rack up a couple of first downs. Instead, it's 1st and 15 here. This is when you're really tested as an offense. The defense knows you got to run it, or want to run it, rather. And See what the Cardinals can do. 2 in the backfield behind Strickland. And the give to Williams. Gets across the 45, near the 40. They'll mark him down right at the 45, and a timeout called by the Wildcats. And we'll take it with you with the Cardinals leading 46-35, 2:02 left in the fourth. Back here in 30 seconds, you're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Price Family Insurance and Financial Services has been caring for clients since 1990 and is still here to take care of all your insurance needs, from auto, home, business, life, and health insurance to group health insurance for businesses, plus financial services. To find out more information, call the dedicated team at Price Family Insurance and Financial Services today at 417-673-8338 or stop by and see them at 100 South Main Street in Webb City. You can also learn more online at pricefamilyinsurance.com.
He's not going to let you.
And we welcome you back here to Bob Anderson Stadium, Neosho High School. Your Webb City Cardinals lead at 46-35, 2:02 left to go here in the ball game. Cardinals faced with a 2nd and 8. Ball at the Neosho 45.
Holden Johnson, receiver right, 2 tight ends and 2 in the backfield behind Strickland. The give on the pitch. This time that's Getz on the carry. Sorry, the numbers were sideways to this announcer. And Abel Getz picks up good yardage. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2. And another timeout called by the Wildcats. We'll keep it here and tell you about some of our sponsors.
Missouri Southern State University Snodgrass Collision Center, Hoo Hop Mongolian Grill, Body and Soul Transformation, Simpson Funeral Home, Express RX, and Webb City, all proud sponsors of tonight's broadcast. And you can download the KNEO iPhone or Android phone app at kneo.org. The KNEO iPhone and Android phone apps are sponsored by the Webb City Booster Club. You can also listen to the Webb City Cardinal Sports on your smart speaker. Just say, hey, Alexa, play the KNEO Sports Network.
Cardinals have a 3rd and 2 from their Wildcats 39, and this would all but put this one away if they can pick up the first down. Strickland under center. And movement early by the Cardinals will back it up 5 yards. That'll likely change the play call for Ryan McFarland. Couldn't tell if that was just a cadence thing, Justin, or guys got a little excited about that 3rd and 2. Now it's 3rd and 7. A minute 54 left here in the ball game. Cardinals trying to hang on, 46-35. Trey Turner lined up left this time. Carnes at a left tight end, Ganaway on the right, 2 behind Strickland. Long count, and everybody jumped that time as well. This may be a 2nd penalty on the Cardinals. Going backwards, not the intent right now. I'm not sure why all of a sudden the cadence is an issue, Justin. You got to be thinking just over anxious.
Yeah, just trying to get off the ball quick is the offensive line, and he's got to be patient here. In a 3rd and 12, you know, the Cardinals obviously not in any hurry to try to air the ball out, just trying to run it, continue to kill the clock. Abel Getz will hustle off for the Cardinals.
8 seconds
10
on the play clock. They'll have to go hurry now. And Strickland keeps it off the fake this time. He'll get across the 45, and the final timeout called by the Neosho Wildcats. We'll take it with you with the Cardinals leading 46-35 back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Reeves Tire and Automotive knows cars are how you navigate through your busy lives.
Professionals will ensure your car is reliable to get you and your family to your destination. We provide competitive pricing and quality work on tires, wheels, oil changes, brakes, suspensions, alignments, and vehicle maintenance, all necessary to ensure your vehicle is ready to go. Family owned and operated for over 39 years, you will receive friendly, honest service, so get rolling with Reeves Tire in Joplin, Webb City, and Carthage.
We welcome you back to Bob Anderson Stadium. The Cardinals lead the Neosho Wildcats 46-35 in what's been a dandy ball game. A couple of stops defensively by the Cardinals early in the second half and 2 turnovers by the Wildcats in the fourth. The difference in this one, Cardinals have it 4th and 8 from the Wildcat 45, and they'll line up in a shotgun here. Let's see if they kick it away. And Strickland will punt this one away and picked up near the 34-yard line and run out of bounds there. So the Cardinals gain a little bit there on that play, but giving it back to the Wildcat offense one more time. Wildcats need 2 scores, and they'll need them in a hurry. Wildcats have their 3-by-1 passing look in there. Cardinals looking to defend it. Patterson back to throw near the sideline to Roan, and went through his fingers, and it'll be incomplete. Minute 40 on the clock, 2nd 10 for the Wildcats. Trying to set up a little screen that time with blockers out in front of him. Patterson rolls right, looking up the field, pumps, now throws it near the out-of-bounds line. It does go out of bounds. And the Cardinals in good coverage that time on Mason Spiva, the junior wide receiver.
When you talk about the coverage there of the Cardinals, the coverage gives your defensive line a chance to continue to pursue Patterson there and continue to force him to the sideline.
3rd and 10 for the Wildcats. Trail at 46-35. Patterson pumps, now throws, knocked away by Mason Young using his long reach.
That's that 6'4" frame there.
Coach Jason Horn will hope there's some rebounds later this winter with that long arms of Mr. Mason Young. Minute 31, 4th and 10. Patterson throws near the Cardinal sideline, caught for a first down. And brought down there was Oliver Martin for the Wildcats. Clock running now, minute 20 when they snap this one. Patterson back to throw again. Near the left sideline is Roan, and he runs out of bounds on a little circle route that time. Wildcats doing their best to move the football with no timeouts left. Preserve some time there by going out of bounds. Minute 14, they didn't get the first down. It's 2nd and 1 for the Wildcats. From the 42, Patterson looking to throw. Down the seam, has a man open, and somebody get a finger on that one, Justin?
Yeah, I think Carson Myers had it, and he's telling everybody, I got to have that one. He knows he was in the right spot. Just looked like he jumped a little early. Ball floated on him a little bit and right over his head. But
Cardinals playing a 2-safety deep look with Myers and Young. Now the give to Roan, and he gets the first down, but now gets away from everybody, and he'll score. Terrible tackling by the Cardinals. Lets Roan get all the way to the end zone after they thought they had him stopped. And with 58 seconds left, the Wildcats close within 5 with an extra point to come. You'd think they'd go for 2 here to try to be able to kick a field goal. to tie it.
Thought Rhodes was dead to rights at the line of scrimmage, but
what
keeps
a
fighting.
gutsy call by Coach Towdy to run the football with no timeouts, and Roan rewards him with a touchdown. Patterson in the backfield, fakes it, now rolls right, looking for the end zone. He'll run and he'll score the 2-point conversion. And if anybody left this stadium, they may have left a little early. Right now, the Cardinals trying to hang on for dear life. The Wildcats showing they've still got some fight left. Cardinals now lead at 46-43, and no question an onside kick is coming with 58 seconds left in this ball game. And Justin, you just cannot make that mistake that late in this ball game. Cardinals thought they had Roan. Give him all the credit in the world. He just kept pounding away until he got loose.
Well, if you're Coach Towdy there, you're saying, I'm going to put the ball in the hands of my best athlete and let him do what he does. And you saw it there, the strength and the speed, able to will his way into the end zone and make this a ball game with just under a minute left to go here, 46-43. Scott mentioned obvious onside kick.
Cardinals with their hands team in there. Mason Young, Mason Williams, Abel Getz on that front line, along with Trevor Laughlin, Braden Strickland in there behind that first line group. And let's see if the Cardinals can secure the football. Wildcats have other ideas. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Mason Williams, and he's down on the ground. And we were just talking to the great PA announcer here in Neosho, who's called a few games in baseball behind the plate over the years, and Mason Williams showing his catching ability right there. And now the Cardinals can get into victory formation. It hasn't been easy tonight at all. The Wildcats have given them every bit of fight you could ever want. There's Strickland on a knee, and the clock will run. He'll have to snap it one more time.
Make sure you stay tuned after tonight's game for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. You can also check out our live scoreboard during the game. Go to kneo.org and get the latest scores from games around the area as they're happening.
Justin, I'll let you call this final one, and we'll get a post-game visit with some coaches and players here in a moment. That will end this one with the Cardinals win it 46-43 over the Neosho Wildcats. We'll come back with our post-game show after this. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. Back with our post-game show. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
Hedge Lewis Goodwin Funeral Home in Webb City is proud to support the Cardinals and has been serving the citizens of Webb City and the surrounding communities since 1888. Located at 301 West Broadway in Webb City, funeral directors BJ and Diana Goodwin specialize in funeral planning and services along with prearranged funeral plans. For more information about Hedge Lewis Goodwin Funeral Home, their phone number is 417-673-4666 or online at hedgelewis.com.
The Webb City Booster Club is proud to support Webb City student athletes. The Booster Club works with parents, community volunteers, and businesses to enrich the experience of Webb City High School athletics. They would like to encourage anyone interested in making an impact on our student athletes to consider joining the Booster Club. If you are an individual, family, or business and would like more information on joining the Boosters, you can stop by the Booster trailer that is at all Cardinal home games, or you can find them on Facebook at Webb City Athletic Booster Club. Webb City Booster Club wishes all their athletes an amazing year. Go Cards!
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Cure those school night blues and save money at the same time. That's right! Bring the whole family to Who Hot Mongolian Grill in Joplin every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to close, and kids 10 and under eat free with a purchase of an adult grill meal. Enjoy all you can eat on a selection of fresh vegetables, plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Who Hot's mouth-watering signature sauces. Who Hot Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Rangeline Road in Joplin.
Webb City Cardinal fans, did you know there's a local, knowledgeable, friendly pharmacy conveniently located at 101 West Doherty in Webb City? We are Express RX of Webb City. And the best part is we can save you up to 90% on your prescriptions from the big box stores. We make it so easy to switch. Plus, we offer free convenient services such as free delivery, drive-thru, and free pill packaging. So come by and make the switch today. And go Cardinals! Papa John's Pizza in Webb City can satisfy your hunger cravings before or after the...
And we welcome you back to Bob Anderson Stadium. The Cardinals win it here tonight in what was a dandy ball game. Wildcats showing all the fight you could ever want from an opponent. Cardinals somehow dug deep in the second half, and they come out with a victory, Justin, and I'm out of breath from coming down the stairs, but I know there's some young men out here that are out of breath for all the offense we saw in this ball game.
Yeah, a lot of effort from these guys, especially in the second half. You talk about going into the half down 9 and then to come out the way that the Cardinals did to get the stops that they needed to when they needed to, and then able to get the points when they needed to as well. None more important, or none more prevalent rather than Mason Williams and the night he had, pushing I think 180 yards on the night with 3 scores to lead his team. And that's what you expect from your senior leadership. Scott, you've got Coach McFarland there with you.
Coach, game of football is not about perfection. Sometimes it's about grit and guts. Tell me about this second half for your ball club.
Yeah, at halftime we talked to the offense. We felt really good about our game plan. We made a few adjustments there. In the first half, the 2 times we don't score there, it's 4th and 1 plays where we just don't execute there. We've got to get better at that, but I told our guys, if we're on their side of the field and it's 4th and 1, we're going to go for it every time. And that's something I believe in doing that. I believe in our guys up front, and that's going to pay off for us more times than not. Great job second half tonight. Offensively, they just keep executing. I don't know how many yards we had tonight. Had to be a lot. But just extremely proud of our offense to not only stay in the game, but then to get the lead and then to extend the lead to a 2-score lead.
You're all the guys in the backfield, from Braden running the show to Mason to Claiborne gets you 2 touchdowns. That power game at times, sometimes it was the quick game, and you guys able to get to a lot of different things. Tell me what kind of blessing it's got to be to have that many backs and everybody contributing.
Yeah, we've got 5 running backs that we feel really, really good about. We held Gabe out tonight, trying to get him healthy for this stretch, the second half of the season. And we talked to running backs. We told them, Getz was going to be the starter this week with Mason. We're going to use Talon in some packages. We're going to use Drake in some packages. And the great thing is they're all unselfish, so they don't really care about stats or yards or who's playing the most. They're just here to help us win, and we needed all 4 of them tonight.
I know that the offensive line never worked harder, but you could see the confidence really rise after that first stop in the second half. After that, it looked like they could really get rolling like you wanted them to.
Yeah, at halftime I just told them, defensively we're making a few adjustments. We just missed tackles in the first half, so I told them, hey, our defense is going to get it figured out. Once they get a stop, we got to score, okay, and just close that gap. And once we did, we kind of stole the momentum, and then we kind of had the momentum, even though they still were able to move the ball a little bit and have some big plays.
Coach, congratulations on the victory, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, homecoming week next week. Looking forward to it.
And, guys, we'll make our way to the field here and talk to some of these players who, no doubt, as I just talked about, have got to be pretty tired right now. And let's talk to Mr. Young, Mason Young. Come here a second. Your defense at times in the first half looked like they just couldn't tackle the opposition, whether it was Patterson or Roan or the receivers. What was the message at halftime, and how did you guys execute it in the second half?
Well, the coaches definitely emphasized that we were getting the right fits, but we just were tackling too high. Our pad level was way too high, so we decided at half that we've got to get our pads lower. They're just going to keep running over us, and so our fits stayed good, and we flied around. And our effort was a ton better that second half. I was so proud of them.
Once you guys got the stops, you come to the sideline. What kind of energy did that give your offense? It felt like there was a rise in energy all the way around once you guys got that first stop of the second half.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, like, whenever we came to the sideline, everyone was getting hyped. The sideline was hyped, which they've been great all year, and so they were electric in the moment. And so that just kind of, our offense was feeding off that, and that's why we did good.
I saw one of your deflections late on their last drive, and I said the long arms of Mason Young may be useful this winter to Mr. Horn as well, but for right now, using that length to your advantage.
Oh, yeah. I mean, God's blessed me with this size, so I might as well use it.
Congratulations on the victory. Continued success to you.
Thank you.
And, guys, we'll move along here. I wanted to see if we could catch Mr. Claiborne, Justin. I don't know if you can spot him as I walk toward the middle of the field here.
You've got Strickland if you keep walking straight ahead.
Yeah, we'll keep walking this way, and I'm going to talk to Mr. Lenker for just a minute. Mr. Lenker, can you talk to me?
Yes, sir.
Defense, I know, prides itself on stops. That wasn't necessarily happening at a good rate in that first half. Tell me about the mentality coming into the second half.
Well, Coach said to us, like, we just need to do our jobs. He was like he was super adamant that we need to, like, fill our gaps, do our assignment, like, just do our jobs. And we weren't doing that in the first half. There would be, like, one mistake, and then they would take advantage of it. And they're really good at that. So coming into the second half, we were just like, we needed to execute our jobs and we needed to play way harder, and I think we did that coming out.
Once you got those stops, it looked like that let the offense play freely and play with some confidence as well.
Yes, sir. Whenever we get stops like that, the offense is able to catch their breath a little bit because they don't need to every drive they can do what they do best and just force it down their throat. It's just offense just needs to be able to do what they need to be able to do without having to they need to be able to rely on us like we relied on them tonight.
How big were the two turnovers you guys get, fumble recovery and the interception by Hoffman?
Well, those two were just huge momentum builders. Whenever we're able to get turnovers like that, it's just so demoralizing for the other team, and then we just get so much energy on our sideline. Everyone's hyping each other up, and that's what we needed. That's what we needed tonight. That energy.
Well, congratulations on the victory and continued success to you.
Thank you so much.
And guys, now we'll make our way across here. Justin, have you spotted the aforementioned?
Yeah, he's he's on the 22-yard line on the near side here. If you walk towards us, talking to a group.
Am I heading the right direction here?
Towards the near sideline.
Oh, okay. And we'll make our way over here.
Yep, right in front of you.
Oh, Mr. Strickland. Braden, that may not have been a perfect ball game, but tell me about the grit and the desire and the guts that it took to pull out that second half.
Oh, my gosh, that second half. We came to the locker room, and we were like, hey, we're in this ball game still. I was like, we can come back, so we came out, played hard, played tough, and played the whole game, played 2,880 seconds of the game. And that's what we preach about every day, every practice, and we came out and did that today. And, yeah.
How big was it for the defense to get the stops that they got to get you the ball back so that you could cut into the lead and then eventually take the lead?
Oh my gosh, that was huge. That gave us so much momentum. They got the crowd, the fans, and then our football team. We just got so hyped about it. It gave us a ton of momentum. Then we can go out there and do our job scoring touchdowns for them.
Talk to me about that offensive line. It looked like at times, they might have struggled. They had 2 big tackles on the other side, and then other times you guys able to get the holes you needed for Mason or for you or for Claiborne or for Getz or for Hayslip. Talk to me about that offensive line.
Our offensive line did a great job tonight, I feel like. They had 2 really good defensive tackles. Talked about them all week. We knew they were really good players. We came out, offensive line did their jobs. They did amazing, phenomenal. They're the reason we got this win, put up the points.
Well, congratulations on the victory. Continued success to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, and we'll make our way back through the crowd one more time. Justin, I'll let you make a few comments while I seek a couple more players.
Yeah, we've got some stats here. As we mentioned, Cardinals win at 46-43 over Neosho here. Braden Strickland goes 3 for 4 in the passing game for 63 yards and a touchdown. Mason Williams leads the ground attack, 24 carries, 172 yards to go with 3 touchdowns. Braden Strickland, nice night on the ground with 114 yards on 16 carries and a score himself.
And I've got Mr. Hoffman here. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Talk me through that interception. What did you see? What were you trying to cover on that play? Looked like you had some help behind you so you could kind of play that trap coverage maybe.
I had Mason Young backing me up in the backfield, and I just read the QB's slot, and then I kept my man on 2, and then I just read the ball and grabbed it.
How hard was it trying to stop these guys on the ground tonight? I know in the first half it was quite difficult. The second half looked like you guys maybe stepped it up a notch.
Yes, sir. First half was pretty hard. Second half we really kicked it in gear. We just listened to our coaches and just did what best thing we can do.
How much confidence do you get when the offense rewards you with a score after you guys get those stops?
Man, we love the offense. They really put all their hard work out there, and we really love it when they score.
Well, congratulations on the victory. Continued success to you.
Thank you.
Mr. Getz, come here. Abel Getz, one of many runners from that backfield tonight, and talk to me about the running game tonight. What was working for you?
Hey, I mean, the idea was to go outside and then pound up the middle, and that's what we did. Everybody got some and got almost all the backs tutty, so it was good. We just got after him and got him wore down and kept going.
It looked like, despite the trouble you had in the first half, perhaps, and maybe a couple of 4th downs that you wish you could have back, that didn't seem to discourage you guys, and particularly the way the defense played to start the second half. Once they got a stop, it seemed like you guys gained confidence.
Oh yeah, I mean, whenever we came out and they got a stop, it was electric, and we knew we had to get after them, and we started just running at them, and that was really that was the way we did it. We just got after them, rolled right over them.
Tell me about your offensive line. How good were they tonight?
Oh man, I only think they made a couple of mistakes. They were so good. They're so technically sound. I mean, they get after it. They've got 100% effort all the time, and it's just all you can ask for, especially as a back. You get big holes and just get to look for space.
Well, congratulations on the victory. Continued success to you.
Hey, thank you.
All right, Justin, we'll take a 3-minute timeout and come back with more of our postgame after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
BEI, Bills Electric Incorporated, has been serving the 4-state area for over 60 years. With locations in Webb City, Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, Lowell, Arkansas, and Claremore, Oklahoma, they specialize in commercial, industrial, and residential electric projects. Bills Electric is committed to providing the absolute best electrical repair and installation services to homeowners and businesses in the 4-state area. Learn more information online at BEIJoplin.com. Bills Electric Incorporated is proud to support the Webb City Cardinals.
Amry Roofing and Construction, based in Seneca, Missouri, specialize in roofing, siding, guttering, remodels, decks, and new construction. They also handle concrete, fire, and flood mitigation, and even work directly with your insurance claims. 417-389-6986. Whether it's a small repair or a major project, you can count on Amry Roofing and Construction for quality, integrity, and craftsmanship. See more online at amryroofing.com or find them on Facebook.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Webb City, open daily from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Proud to support the Webb City Cardinals.
Considering a metal roof? Call the area experts, 4W Metal Building Supply. Metal roofs have long life and very low maintenance. At 4W Metal, you'll find help from the planning through completion. Call or come by today.
At 4W.
So Maggie, just to be clear, this personalized RVest blueprint tells us literally when we can retire with a plan to get there?
Yep. Whoa, that's helpful.
Very helpful.
Retirement planning made easy. RVest Wealth Management. Ready to help.
And we welcome you back to Bob Anderson Stadium. Cardinals win it tonight, 46-43, over the Neosho Wildcats in what was a dandy ball game. Both sides fighting all the way to the end. Cardinals come out with a victory. A couple of turnovers in that fourth quarter, aiding that cause, Justin.
Yeah, I think, as you heard from Strickland, the guys came out in the second half and did what they needed to do, got some stops, were able to put some points on the board and just continue to build that confidence. Neosho, a team that came in averaging almost 50 points a game. So you look at the score line, they were pushing that mark. Cardinals held them to 43. They're a touchdown away from hitting their mark. Cardinals hold them a touchdown less, and then that's the difference in the game. Cardinals able to come out of here with a 46-43 victory. They'll reset things and get ready for Republic next week for homecoming.
We'll take our final 3-minute timeout here, come back with our final drive scoreboard show. You've been listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
For over 100 years, Webb City has trusted Simpson Funeral Home for all of their death care needs. Simpson Funeral Home dignifies lives well lived through customizable cremation and burial plans, as well as pre-need funeral plans and monument design. Simpson Funeral Home, now offering pet cremation services, has 2 locations to serve you: 400 West Dougherty Street in Webb City and 101 North Main Street in Carl Junction. Call or text 417-673-2411 or visit online at simpsonfh.com.
Every Sunday from 4 p.m. to close, it's Student Night at Huhat Mongolian Grill in Joplin. Students of any age can bring in your valid student ID and receive 25% off your grill meal. At Huhat Mongolian Grill, you can always enjoy a vast selection of fresh vegetables, plus meats that are grilled perfectly right in front of your eyes with your choice of Huhat's mouth-watering signature sauces. Huhat Mongolian Grill, 1804 South Range Line Road in Joplin. More information online at huhat.com.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
In football, anything can happen. That's why Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is here for you with high-quality, personalized care to help you recover quickly and effectively. Our nationally recognized, board-certified orthopedic surgeons understand your injury and how it relates to your sport. That's why so many area colleges and high school sports teams choose our expert orthopedic team to treat their aches and injuries. Learn more about Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine at freemanhealth.com.
Welcome to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network.
The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or therapists can help you get back in the game. Now, let's go back live to the stadium for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the
And we welcome you
KNEOs.
back here to Bob Anderson Stadium for one more time here. Your Cardinals win at 46-43 over Neosho. Other scores around the COC, it was Ozark putting up 71 on Waynesville, 71-0 there. That game in the fourth quarter. Last check, Glendale was ahead of Kickapoo 24-20 at the half. It was Carthage with a 59-14 win over Willard. Republic takes care of Joplin 45-16. And then last night, Nixa had no problem with Lebanon. They won at 49-14. Moving on to the Big 8 Conference, Monette leads Mack County 44-32 in the fourth quarter. It was Cassville all over Harrisonville 42-14 in the third. Seneca beats Aurora by 50. They win at 57-7. It was Mount Vernon shutting out Lamar 21-0, and then Nevada takes care of East Newton 41-7. Moving to the Ozark Mountain Conference, it was Marshfield trailing the Bolivar Liberators 37-35 in the fourth. Also in the fourth quarter, it was West Plains 48, Logan Rogersville 41. Carl Junction takes care of Hillcrest. They win at 49-26. It was Parkview with a win over Branson 18-13. We'll go ahead and take a quick break here. Back with more scores after this. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KNEO and Webb City Cardinals Sports Network.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
And we welcome you back inside the Freeman Orthopedic Sports Medicine Scoreboard Show. In the Mid-Lakes Conference tonight, it was the Springfield Catholic Fighting Irish 50-34 over the Forsyth Panthers. The Stratford Indians beat Reed Springs 23-12. In the Southwest Conference, the Miller Cardinals a 25-12 winner over Ash Grove. And the Windsor Greyhounds, a 22-15 winner over the Stockton Tigers. Sir Coxey, a 28-20 winner over the El Dorado Springs Bulldogs.
Moving to 8-man independent, it was Jasper with a 24-18 victory over the Liberal Bulldogs. Pittsburgh in a close one with Fort Scott. They win at 22-15. Lockwood hangs 78 on Osceola. They win at 78-26.
In Oklahoma, the Jay Bulldogs, a 12-9 winner over the Cardinals of Verdigris. And down in the SEK, Parsons, a 34-14 winner over Baxter Springs. Wellington, a 25-14 winner over the Labette County Grizzlies. In the CNC, Frontenac, 35-7 over Girard. St. Mary's Colgan, a 63-7 winner over Pleasanton. The Riverton Rams, 37-27 over the Cherryville Chargers. Galena, a 24-12 winner over Fredonia. And Neodesha, a 20-7 winner over Columbus. Heading back to the COC one final time. The Ozark Tigers 71-0 over Waynesville late in the fourth. The Glendale Falcons, this is a halftime score, 24-20 over the Kickapoo Chiefs. The Carthage Tigers 59-14 over the Willard Tigers. And the Republic Tigers, Webb City's opponent next week, 45-14 over the Joplin Eagles. And last night, the Nixa Eagles win that one, Justin.
49-14 over Lebanon.
The final here one more time. It was the Webb City Cardinals 46, the Neosho Wildcats 43. And that'll do it here from Bob Anderson Stadium tonight. So for Roberta Foster back at our studios, for Tim Workman and Jan Workman working the live stats for us, for Drew Woodmansey on the camera, for Justin Boudreau, this is Scott Boudreau saying good night from Neosho. We'll talk to you next week. The Cardinals win at 46-43.
You've been listening to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network. The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or a therapist can help you get back in the game. Join us again after the game next week as we will once again bring you all the latest scores right here on the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO.